And all I have to say is, drizzle, drizzle.
They shouldn't have given you ashy blokes, you.
All right, you Dusty Kings. This is your time. This is a Friday night. We try to do this for about 3 hours. Not going to do this too long because the old man needs to sleep. So we're going to jump in and I'm going to welcome people and we're going to drop the link and you guys can come on up and holler. Hey, it's a media. I know. For this kind of stuff, I got it.
I knew you'd come back.
I trust you didn't lose sleep over it.
Worrying about you be like wondering if the sun gonna come up. Ain't about to wild out over it.
I knew you'd be back. AL, what's going on? Hurricane Greg. Maestro, what's happening? Turtle Bitcoin, Prince, Dave, Tampa. How come you guys aren't at the Halloween parties? Dubar, what's going on? Alexander, Pharaoh, Royal Priest, Ignatz, AL, Prince. My mic is low. Okay. All right. Prince, Dave Tao, T. Rittler, Philip. I'm listening. Mr. Snazzy. And I am in my mic right now. Okay. It should be better. You're studying, trying to finish up the MBA. Okay. Really good. All right. Let me go ahead and drop this thing. And you guys can come on up. Detro, appreciate you. All right. We could do D.L. Hughley's a Black Female Summit. But we'll see. Brooklyn's Finest, what's going on? Instant Media.
Yeah.
Your device is not connecting, Gabar.
Oh. Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good.
What's up?
Yeah, the old niggas coming out because I couldn't watch that Simp Fest either. When they announced who was part of it, I was like, nah.
Yeah, it's kind of syrupy. I watched maybe 5 minutes of it.
When I heard the other guests, I was like, yeah, I see where this is going.
What was y'all watching again?
Hold on. It's the Black Female Summit.
Oh, hell no. I'm so glad I missed that.
They're not females. I'm just kidding. But it's the Black Simp Summit. Some people, they call it all kind of stuff. Yeah, but it's simping in prime time.
Pretty much.
Oh, you talking about DL's orgasm fest? He pulled all that bullshit shenanigans.
That's not even an orgasm. They might as well have. They might have a bunch of women on the stage with balloons popping. You know, that's how bad it was.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. We did a show 2 days ago on Roger Report. Yeah.
Y'all made it through the whole thing?
Man, bro, he actually, he does a 3-hour stream, right? That thing took almost 5.5 hours, and Compassionate Callous, who was running the video on it, he literally couldn't even stay the whole time. He had to leave. That's how long he ran, because somebody had something to say about everything and every issue. We just could not let it go. He was hot.
It was a Simp Fest, that's for damn sure.
It's a Simp Fest. So it's up to y'all, man. It's you guys' time. What do y'all want to talk about?
What's going on, Tsunami? We see you done hit the building. What is it tonight? A category 5 or what?
Oh, they didn't know. They did what, $100 billion worth of damage. Okay, so they don't need another hurricane.
Yeah, this is my take on it.
So what do y'all want to do? Yes, no. I am not that high on it. So
Me neither. I'll be honest. I don't even want to cover it tomorrow, man. That's how much I like that. There's only so much centaur I can take.
We'll give it 10 minutes and we'll see. Okay, how about that?
I was gonna say, hey, we can talk about your girlfriend, old Fanny. She's in hot water.
Again? About what?
No, I'm just saying. I was watching that little Pink Book Lessons episode on that thing, and she was digging her ass, and she was, Fanny in the DA's office was trying to obfuscate.
Fanny is slick, man. Fanny's I'm sure Fanny dated drug dealers and scammers back in the day, man. She's slick.
She's an old school girl.
She's slick. Yeah, she's slick.
They helped get her through college.
No, yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if Daddy had a little scammer and gangster in him. She sounded like that kind of girl.
They'll circle back. They worry about winning this election, but I'm sure if they need to make an example out of somebody, they'll circle back.
What got me
was say about Pons?
Huh?
Go ahead.
Pons go first, yeah.
Yeah, what got me is, and I'm sitting back going, oh, so y'all decided to free this man 2 days before her DA election? Oh, that's just kind of odd. And I thought y'all spent almost 2.5 years trying to convict this man.
Yeah. Gabar, you're not connected. Okay, it might be good on your side, but you're not connected. I don't know why. Mm-hmm. I don't know what's up. So. I don't know what you might be using an iPhone. I don't know, but it's not connecting.
Kamala loves black men. That's the gist of what I was listening to, man.
All right.
Hey, what's funny? So they were talking. So I've been hearing a lot of, I'm hearing from a couple of people in Michigan that it looks like Kamala might take Michigan based on what they think.
I've just looked at a couple things and they said she's probably gonna lose Michigan.
Yeah, so I mean, this is what they saying, and I'm kind of like, we'll see, because I'm not in Michigan, but they're basically saying they see a whole bunch of white people, seeming like they're breaking for it. But I'm like, oh, okay, but we'll see. But I'm hearing that from a couple of black dudes that ain't even necessarily predisposed to give a fuck about the Dems. So we'll see. So you got that. You got the Joe Biden. This is what I actually want to take on. The Joe Biden saying Trump people are garbage thing.
Okay.
That's
there's really nothing to cover. He said it, and that's something that Joe Biden would say. That's the old Joe Biden.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And it got loose.
Check this out. Have y'all been
the real Joe Biden?
Yeah, that's the real Joe Biden. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Have y'all been paying attention to Jeff Bezos in the Washington Post? How can you say you support somebody without support somebody? Because we all know the Washington Post has not came out and said they support Kamala Harris. Hold on, let me get this out. You know his little Amazon tool called Alexa, right? There was this white guy. Matter of fact, I sent it to you, BGS, and I sent it to you, AB. I don't know if y'all checked y'all email.
Okay.
The white boy asked Alexa about the election because, matter of fact, what's his name? Eddie Griffin. He's got the NNN network, the nigga news network. I just subscribed to that.
Okay.
He played it, and the whole thing is, he asked Alexa, what's going on in politics and what's your take on it? And the first thing Alexa said was she doesn't subscribe to any of those notions. She doesn't pay attention or not. Then he asked, how do you feel about Donald Trump? She went to slander. Then he asked her, Alexa, how do you feel about Kamala Harris? Nothing but compliments. Then he asked, he asked Alexa, do you have any opposition for Kamala Harris? Once again, Alexa gave that same stupid script. We don't constrive to slandering political opponents, this and that. Then he asked the same question about Don Cheeto. The goddamn Alexa just went off just slandering Trump. I'm like, how can you say you support the man without supporting the man? You send your computer to do it.
Well, I'm saying it was one thing. Jeff Bezos doesn't program these things. Okay, it's number one.
Yep.
That's number one. Number two, Jeff Bezos did a whole op-ed and a whole sit down about why he didn't do it. He said he's going to remain neutral. The stance of the Washington Post, maybe not him, but the stance of the Washington Post is that it's going to remain neutral, as a paper should be. He said we've lost enough credibility as it is over the past few years, and he doesn't want to weigh in on this. He wants to take a neutral stance.
I absolutely, that is, I don't agree with everything Jeff Bezos does. Technically, my brother does work for Amazon, and he seems to be happy with it. So there's that. But I agree with that. I agree with that. And for his people to be kind of popping off like that, because, that goes against the status quo of what they've done.
Okay.
It's like, if y'all need to quit, there's other people that can replace you. If it's that serious, because, a lot of people, the argument is a lot of people are upset that work for the Washington Post because of that. And it's like, yo, if you need to quit, I mean, by all means.
They can be upset. We get upset with our bosses all the time.
Yeah. So, I mean, but from a journalistic credibility thing,
You can be upset, but the thing is, that's the stance of the paper.
Yeah, so they were, how these white women want to get mouthy, but they kind of know who, they know not to do it, so it becomes this little micro.
I'm sure all their concerns, even before it was printed, got back to Jeff Bezos. Okay, he heard about it way before he even printed it.
Yeah,
so
I'm sure you haven't seen it, but apparently Roly Poly going after preachers now because some of them are starting to sound like Swagger.
Yeah, because Swagger called him out. That's why he called him out.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, and he had every right to do that because at the end of the day, we all know that basically the preachers are Tammany Hall, and the where the black church is supposed to be when it comes to the black white guys, they have utterly failed in the last, let's say 20, 30 years. They have utterly failed in every absolute way. I mean, to be honest with you, people jump on the pro-blacks a lot, but the black church deserves, I'd say 4, 5, 6 times as much heat because the black church has a lot more power, institutional power than what pro-blacks do. Because pro-blacks are not really institutions like that. They're just, a people, and obviously I'm lumping it all in the same thing. You get what I'm saying? Like, the church actually has money that comes in from black people in a way that pro-black people just don't get, and so we pay attention to YouTube stuff with Umar and stuff because it's funny, but the reality of the situation is it's not even a comparison as far as the account. If you want to hold somebody accountable to where black culture kind of went off the rails, it's not even a comparison. If we're going to be really honest about it. And they really haven't gotten that kind of heat. You've gotten people murmuring in it, but they've never gotten the kind of heat they really need to get.
No, they haven't.
Yeah.
And by the way, that Dion, and just to take it off of just the politics thing, one guy that I used to respect, and I still kind of respect him, but he's got a black eye on his record, is Kevin Cosby, because he used his church to reactivate the HBCU. He did what you're supposed to do if you're going to have a big one, but how he kind of conducted himself with the Deion Sanders situation, doing that kind of, well, he's not a part of the quote unquote club, so we're going to, he was a part of that. And that is unacceptable to me. That's unacceptable to me because it's very short term thinking. But anyway.
Yeah. Okay. All right. KMS says that symposium photo looked like they pulled a footage of recent hip hop moguls after hour parties and said, "Oh, some of y'all have something to lose. Make sure their ass show up and read the script."
It looks like a poster for Get Out 2.
It might be.
Yeah, don't steal, as they said in that Agatha All Along, don't steal the struggle. Don't steal the
that show, man.
So what?
I ended up watching it on the last episode. I ended up burning through it. It's 30 minutes here, 40 minutes there. It was alright, but it ain't for it's for women though. I mean that women, the craft type shit and the way the songs are, but again, they don't do a good job marketing for women. It's not for men, it's for women.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
there's ways to market for women that you can have a decent show.
Yeah, and even I will say this though, they did do a good job at not finding a way to make a man the villain. They it's Agatha is technically in the end, Agatha is the bad is like the bad person. But they don't really put it. They kind of put a comedic spin on it. But it's a good commentary on when you take men out of the equation, how you have the ruthless type of females, matriarchs, and then you have the women that they buy the Kool-Aid of the sisterhood, but they don't know how to really deal with women that are really for themselves, no matter what. Yeah,
they used to do that in the Disney movies with Snow White and Sleeping Beauty, where they make the woman the villain. So
I mean, y'all don't mind if I spoil it?
We don't care. Well, I'm not going to watch it.
I'm just trying, for the chat. Okay, so basically the whole, and this is not going to be a long soliloquy on it. The whole premise.
Yeah, that's what you always say.
It's not. Even for me, it's not. So basically, the whole premise of it is basically this thing called the Witch's Road that they go to get their powers. So Agatha lost her powers in WandaVision.
The Yellow Brick Road. Okay.
Yeah, she wants to get it back. And basically, the teen, quote unquote, the only dude in there, the flaming dude, literally flaming, whatever. It turns out this is the soul of one of the Scarlet Witch's kids, the one that has powers like her. So basically, somehow he was able to put himself in a body in between that hex going up to save himself. And then the chick that Aubrey Plaza plays is basically death, like Thanos loved death, that death. And so, long story short, the Witch's Road was another hex that he created. It wasn't real. The reason why I wanted to tell y'all the story is because the con was that Agatha 100 years ago came up with that. Her son actually created that song, and they used that in order to steal other witches' power. So literally, Agatha's best power is that you shoot magic at her, she can rip it out, all of it out of you. This is what she did to Wanda before Wanda was able to kind of reverse that. Nobody else has ever did that. So you literally see her killing a lot of witches, for no reason. Okay. And I will shorten
it up.
This is the last part. The only witch that actually got out of there alive was actually a black woman.
That's strange.
Yeah, it was a black woman, and they had her bald and everything. And other than that, she was ugly. But long story short, basically Agatha bound her and snatched her powers from her without killing her, and she had to live a couple hundred years without her powers. So long story short, she was able to figure out Agatha did that. She ended up getting her powers back. So she was the only one to really get something out of the thing. And they had her coming out of the ground, in the thing. She was able to fly away. So if you're a black female and you and a black female having a happy ending, she got it. But other than that,
all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
all right. Let's go ahead and since people want it, we'll give it 10 minutes to see if we can take it. If not, we'll move along.
Every time a presidential election rolls around, they're telling you that this is the most consequential election in generations. This time for us, it may actually be true. When was the last time America asked black men what we wanted? And I know what it's like to not be asked what you want. I'm married to a black woman. But I promise you, it's not a trick question. Tonight, we're going to explore...
Say what?
It's our fault you're a simp. Let me shut up.
Appreciate you, MS Delta.
You can tell he put an effort in selling it.
Well, if you're going to be a shill, be a good one.
The issues that matter to us. Now, whether you support Kamala, ride with Trump, or plan to stay home, let's have a real conversation among us, black men, about what's really at stake in this election. This is the BET Black Men Summit. Let's get to it.
Black men, as you know, are a closely watched voting bloc.
I'm speaking to men directly.
Be on a major party ticket as a DEI hire.
I didn't know she was black.
But polling shows that some black men are considering voting for Donald Trump.
Black men are like any other voting group. You gotta earn their vote.
Tonight, with the future of America on the ballot, BET is bringing together an extraordinary group of black men to elevate their voices for real talk about the issues they say are most important in this election. The states of the economy, economic opportunity, reproductive rights, protecting our communities, and Vice President Kamala Harris's record as a...
When have black men been concerned about reproductive rights?
It's no concern of ours. There's no concern of ours.
Yeah.
Well,
Gabar,
you gotta add that in there. That's a requirement, BGS. Even if it don't make sense.
Gabar, you can probably have to switch devices because this one's not connecting. I don't know why. Maybe check out your Wi-Fi or get on cellular. I don't know what it is. Okay, normally StreamYard is pretty good about connecting devices, but if you're on a phone, it can get kind of tricky, especially if you're on an iPhone.
Yeah, they literally had to create an app for iPhone.
Yeah, you might have to go and see if you can find the app for iPhone, or if you're gonna go on to or download Chrome, Chrome, and then try to go to the site and hit the link and go to
This
Chrome.
is something they needed to do like 6 weeks ago.
Who?
Like what they're doing now.
It would have helped. Well, the thing is, 6 weeks ago, they didn't even know what they wanted to do, so it's kind of hard. They had no idea what they wanted to do with her, much less anybody else.
Prosecutor, and more. This is the BET Black Men Summit. Here is DL Hughley.
Thank you. We are just days away from a razor-close presidential election. So tonight, in this room full of black men, we're going to ask tough questions about the economy, immigration, protecting our communities, and much, much more. With me on the stage, we have civil rights attorney and my frat brother Ben Crump is here. We have activist and doctor and activist Wes Bellamy. He's also here. And actor and activist Michael Ealy.
They brought out the light skin trifecta, huh?
Yeah.
Now, of course, there's been a lot of talk about VP Harris's record when she was a prosecutor in California. Specifically, people who said she locked up thousands of black men. And to tell you the truth, and full disclosure, I fell for that one. And I had a meeting with the vice president. She asked me to do something simple, which is to actually look at a record. And I
said, what?
So now they're just gonna say it's a lie, aka I fell for that. That's not true.
Well, we have to see what the propaganda is. The story was she didn't lock them up, thinking she held them. She held the sentences so they could actually work for state of California. That was the story. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Nigga with a GED it's real easy to fool a nigga with a GED.
Most people haven't even heard the story because the people in California know what the story is, but most people they haven't even heard the story.
Mm-hmm. I looked, and she was in fact not what I imagined or professed. And I think that I felt like a lot of young black men felt. And you see these systems and these agencies just running roughshod over black men, and you can't believe that anybody who represented that agency would be any different. That's not to make an excuse. Obviously, I should have done my research. And by the way, research isn't doing things to edify your perspective. Research is about challenging what you believe. Exactly. It's not about exactly. So we're gonna check out that perception in a minute, whether it's still out there.
And good old Gardena boy. hey, Art, Gardena boy.
And we sent, of course, Vic Mensa to North Carolina to find out just that. Let's roll the tape.
Peace, y'all. This is Vic Mensa. You know me from Chicago, but I'm here in Charlotte, in the swing state of North Carolina, to speak to black men about the issues that are important to us in this election. Let's go. Do you think there are reasons that some black men have an aversion to supporting Kamala Harris?
A lot of misinformation. You have, the things that was done, track record in California. A lot of people ran with that.
Harris has a track record of doing certain things to black men or just the black community as a whole, but so does Donald Trump. So once again, I'm up in the air.
What misinformation have you heard as it pertains to this current election and candidates?
When it comes to Kamala Harris, they say we're not gonna vote for her. Well, one of the reasons they say they won't vote for her is because she threw thousands of black men in jail for, marijuana cases.
How we consume information now is more so in a bite-sized way. So a lot of times you get the sensationalization of what they put out there first, and people just hold on to that and don't necessarily do the research.
Like, if you just do the research, it's far from the truth. I mean, you have a phone, you can Google it.
Do you think there are unfair judgments that black men are uneducated with their votes?
You say uneducated? I'll say to a degree, yeah, man, to a degree. But I would say uninterested would need to be better, though.
I appreciate you, brother.
All right, Vic, thank you for that. And you went to the streets, Vic. You spoke to a lot of brothers. I'm sure even some of them didn't even make the tape, but that is a pervasive mentality.
How about the people that wanted to vote for Trump, if you wanted both sides?
Out there. Or is it, let me ask you, what did you see? Is it that pervasive? Do a lot of people think that?
Speaking to black men on the street in North Carolina, many brothers had concerns about Kamala Harris's history as a prosecutor, as did I, being victims of the prison industrial complex. I'm a legal cannabis entrepreneur myself, so when I first heard the figures that she incarcerated thousands of black men for marijuana, I was very skeptical. Now, when you look into the actual numbers, it was 45 men in total that were sentenced for marijuana charges, and that's not specified by race. Mm-hmm. On the other hand, a main point of conversation is Donald Trump's storied history of racism.
Yeah, well, they're actually speaking up for her better than she speaks up for herself. Give them credit.
And the reality is that you have a candidate here who is supporting ideas of blanket immunity for police. These are the police that are the modern day manifestation of slave catchers and overseers. And that blanket immunity is to give them freedom to kill us with freedom from prosecution. So.
What?
Oh man. So they just gonna lie.
Well, not lie, but massage the truth a bit, okay?
I mean, because that's an outright lie with what they saying with the immunity. I mean, that's a lie. I mean, it's kind of, and I would argue that's more sensationalized. Black men's issue with Kamala, obviously, this is one point, but like you said, even the let's keep going.
Okay. Miss Delta says, "Pee on my leg and say it's raining." Pretty much.
Yeah.
And then Miss Delta is actually in the bubble, so in the DC.
I want to get a quick fact check from the president and CEO, also a frat brother of the NAACP, Derek Johnson.
Frat brothers. Oh, all the frat brothers in the house. Okay.
Now, Brother Johnson, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm not as dumb as I think I am sometimes, but why was I so susceptible to it? Why did I believe something that caused such harm? Even now, some of the things they're saying, I'm sure I had a hand in. I mean,
fear is the most powerful motivator. It either paralyzes us or propels us. As law enforcement against black men, it has been a long-standing fear from slavery forward. And so when you can tap into that vein and you can hear something that could have a kernel of truth, she was a state prosecutor. She was a local prosecutor. The kernel of truth of she are lining up with police officers who were not in our best interest, that's easy to accept as a reality. The concept of progressive prosecutors really came into being around 2015. And when more progressive prosecutors started getting elected across the country, we began to see more reforms locally. And she was a part of a lot of those conversations. California today is not California in 1992 when NWA was saying F the police. Yeah. We are
bullshit.
In a new reality
and
now.
Black people there.
Thank you. Now, Ben Crump, what is your view of VP Harris and a record when it comes to criminal justice?
You know, as a civil rights lawyer, I got to interact with Vice President Harris when she was the Attorney General of California. We were not on the same size, but I saw her passion to do the right thing and her passion to try to help black people. When we think about it, DL, you have to think that this is a sister who grew up in Oakland, California, and she chose that the best way I can help the system
in a middle-class community,
prosecutor, be on the inside. Most of the time, you have people like me, we're fighting on the outside. We need people on the inside.
Yeah, this is show.
It's a show fest with you, but if people want to see what it was like,
and by the way, and shout out to PK, but this is a master class in the difference between cooning and shilling.
And shilling, yes.
Before you go on,
go ahead, AL.
I just gotta let you guys know and get y'all prepared. This is a flat out let's support Kamala Harris rally campaign. Y'all finna watch. Basically,
we kind of got that from the very beginning. So unless it's going to deviate in the middle somewhere, which I don't think it will, it's pretty it's pretty standard. Okay.
This is 50 years of gynocracy right here, right before our eyes.
Yeah. This is plus Democrats cutting checks. So
yeah, and honestly, this if the Democrats were smarter, this is what they should have did. You know, I get what you're talking about with Kamala. I get that part, absolutely. But I'm just saying when it comes to BET and stuff like that, even from a Democratic Party machine, you wouldn't have as many problems as you had if you would have watered the grass. But Democrats really was on some fuck black people. We're going to get these Hispanics and we're going to be good. And the biggest thing I think is going on is they see that that's not the case. And then they going back to the old way they did stuff before they just completely went off the reservation. Anyway.
I mean, if you really wanted it to be taken seriously, you would have had at least some pushback on the panels or at least in the crowd. Okay, and they had. I don't think there will be any.
Oh no,
it's not.
I said that while their internal numbers must be bad to put on this farce, their internal numbers are horrible. That's what I've been hearing. Anyway,
and they're absolutely right. If they would have ran this like right after the DNC convention, like she said she was trying to get black men's votes, they should have done this right then, right there, got it over with.
I don't know. Basically, if they had this kind of SERP fest at the very beginning, nobody would take them seriously. Okay,
Yeah, this is the type of stuff you got to kind of do
in the middle somewhere.
like
Yeah.
before. Like this is the type of stuff you got to do like. This is like a Democratic Party to kind of keep people believing the Democratic Party because the real issue with Kamala is not good at selling herself at all. But it's not like you have trust with the Democratic Party in the last couple of years. I mean, you got people that didn't vote for Obama just for 18, 20, 21, you get what I'm saying? And so they haven't seen anything from the Democratic Party. And like not that they can really point to. And so you have to get the trust in the party, and then she piggybacks off of that. She's not like Obama, where you can kind of see him separate from the Democrats, kind of like how you can see Trump separate from like the typical Republicans. She doesn't have that. So that drags her down. It's like dragging somebody down in water. And by the way, she don't know how to swim either.
She's not a good candidate, and they're trying to. I don't even know what they're trying to do because none of this stuff is working.
Well, that's what I was about to ask. I mean, do y'all think this is more so they're trying to remind Kamala, they're trying to remind the Democratic Party of black male support, or is this to tell the other black men that are leaning away, hey, get back on the plantation?
No, this is to tell black men that are leaning away. It has nothing to do with the Democratic Party. This is something they're doing for the Democratic Party.
Basically, the uninformed black men that may vote, they're trying to keep them in pocket. But you can tell by the thumbs up and thumbs down, right? Okay, and there's more thumbs down than thumbs up. That shows you how people felt about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can also tell by how bold, like you're starting to see some celebrities. Obviously, most of them are going for Kamala, but when the fact, like I think Waka Flocka, went for is boldly going for Trump. A lot of them are more than you usually see are boldly going for Trump, and that to me says something because used to folks were scared to do that.
Well, yeah, they've threatened their pockets. Go ahead.
Real quick, funny story.
Should I keep playing this or not? Or just take it down?
No, real quick, funny story. Don Lemonade said Trump's losing his momentum. Sexy Red voted for Kamala Harris. Was like, that's not a loss, nigga.
Sexy Red, no, it's not a loss at all.
That's not a loss.
This is the last thing I really wanted to say.
Okay. Should I keep this up or take this down? Okay.
I'm not gonna be. I vote take it down. That's my vote, and I get one. So I'm vote for that. But anyway, Jon Stewart actually went over the comedian that was saying what he was saying. And Jon Stewart, I'm surprised Jon Stewart actually vouched for the Trump campaign. Not really vouched, but he went over that dude and said that dude is a roast comedian, show different places that he was at Tom Brady's roast.
Yeah.
And then he said some goofy shit on there too. Like,
I mean,
he was showing that. Yeah,
go ahead. In other words, you're trying to hold a comic to number one, the guys probably shouldn't have been invited. Okay, at least not be on the main part.
That's the first thing Jon Stewart said, and he was laughing at that. But he said that being said,
and number two, he's a comic. Okay, so you're trying to hold a comic to political standards. Okay, it's not gonna happen.
BGS.
Yes, sir.
The funny thing is, Joe Rogan talked about that on a podcast, saying that I guess Tony showed him the joke, and then Rogan was like, "I don't know if I wouldn't use that one."
Yeah. You wouldn't use that one in that environment. No, and he did it anyway, and it backfired. So he got some explaining to do. But Trump came right after it and says, "Okay, forgive him because he does not know what he." So Trump apologized right after he did it. Okay,
which is something Trump don't always do.
Well, he had to, and then Biden gave him a do-over by calling the voters garbage. So
and they didn't play Trump's apology.
No, not really. They didn't. Of course, I mean, come on, man. If you're in a war, okay,
would you?
They never gonna play that.
They have played it, but the thing is that you have to look for it.
Yeah, and they made sure they know about that garbage thing because Trump got his ass in a garbage truck.
So once it already happened, and then when Biden came out, then they're getting it almost as fast as we are. They're actually learning from us how to turn things around pretty quickly.
It's like watching these dudes on stage. It's like illegal to be a man if you're black with the Democrats.
It's called the gynocracy, sir. What do you think?
Yeah, yeah, I know. It's just funny just to
Yeah,
watch
well,
that.
well,
That's what this is why I kind of moved away from the pro-black, because this is typical. Okay.
yeah, and I mean, at
It's
the end of the
embarrassing.
day, yeah, at the end, I mean, at the end of the day, you're gonna like the grassroots, and PBT talks about this all the time. The grassroots going to have to take control. It's not gonna be this thing where we think the celebrities top down. That's just not gonna work. They're gonna do it. All these people are getting paid at some level, either. So it's just this theater of this and the presentation of this is just so fake.
I think it's too much, too soon, too fast, and too concentrated, and people are getting sick of it. So,
Yeah.
I
And,
think at this point, I think people get kind of tone deaf on this kind of crap. So,
Now, if
let
you
me
compare that, now Joe Rogan low key did.
let me play a little bit more of it. We'll go ahead and finish your statement real quick.
Yeah, Joe Rogan did a lot more. Well, he didn't push back. He did push back at Trump, but it was a lot more of a back and forth with Joe Rogan and JD Vance. Their interview. That was interesting.
Well, yeah, it was different conversation. Well, it's a different conversation, different because it's a different person.
I think we put prosecutors, black prosecutors, who we elect a lot, in an untenable position. We want them to be protectors of the community, which that's the profession. You work with her. I'm sure you were in court with her on the other side of the state.
But out of that, we gained a healthy respect for one another. While everybody talks about prosecutors being tough on crime, she came up with a concept called being smart on crime. When she became prosecutor in San Francisco, she said, I'm gonna be smart on crime. She had this back on track policy that said when young brothers and sisters messed up, she said that if it's your first time and you're under the age of 18, they're not gonna charge you with this crime for life. If you didn't get in any more trouble, and if you graduated from high school or you got a GED, they would expunge your record. Now, what prosecutors we know when we were growing up would treat us like that? That's Kamala Harris.
It's the notion of justice tempered with mercy. Michael, we spent a lot of time talking about our roles, but we need prosecutors. There's no debating that. What is your message to black men who have this reticence because of their role as a prosecutor?
I'd say open.
Why is he up there anyway?
Your mind to the data. It amazes me oftentimes how many times Democrats have to provide receipts for all of the things that they do and for all of their qualifications. And yet on the other side, there's just no accountability. When you look at what Kamala Harris, who's been a public servant basically her whole life,
right.
She is the most qualified candidate to run for president right now.
There's no debating that.
So
God damn.
It says the zeros on his check, sir.
This is just like what Dave Chappelle said. I've done deals with Coke and Pepsi because Pepsi's the last one that pays me. It tastes better.
Yeah.
My man said there's no debate.
There's no debate. No, there isn't. Not on this show.
He said that quick too.
We can sit here and debate on, what her record was as a prosecutor. But like you were saying earlier, let's talk about Trump's record. Let's talk about his record. What has he done to be qualified to be in this position?
Kamala's already doing that.
Come on now.
Now, T. Riddler, you were just in my earlier stream, and how many people asked for this shit? Okay, how many guys in the chat asked for this bullshit? Okay, because I wasn't gonna review it, right? How many of you niggas asked for this shit? That's why I'm doing it.
Trump has been president. What are you talking like? They say that like that makes more sense if Trump has never been president, and even still, I mean, come on, man. Come on, you making like I'm gonna have to write you up, Michael.
Right.
Resume 4 years as POTUS. That's his resume.
Okay.
That's the thing that we never seem to hold him and his administration, who has more felonies and indictments than any other administration in the history of politics, and yet we worried about her being a prosecutor.
He'll sit and go, I'm gonna be tough on crime. I'm like, don't you got a court date next month? That's crazy. You gonna be tough on crime after you meet with your probation officer.
Exactly.
Oh, there it is.
Exactly.
Coming up next, we got crime, gun violence, and protecting our communities. That is coming up next.
I'm curious. I'm curious if this is gonna have people look at DL funny.
How so?
I wonder if this might. I don't know. I'm just here. This might be like one of those things you don't expect to follow you, but it does. But we'll see.
It might put him back on track. We don't know.
Party. You late to the party. I've been looking at this cat sideways. Any man who sides with his supposed best friend who raped his daughter, but don't take his daughter's side, but you take your best friend's side, I'm looking at you sideways for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Period.
But he out here running around talking about he about to protect black women.
Hello.
Hey, these are all the cues up there caping for Kamala. Okay.
Where are they at?
That's all I keep hearing. Raise your hand if you know someone who's been shot or killed by gun violence. I mean, look at this.
Is we are facing an election for democracy versus a dictatorship.
They want to have somebody to blame the election results on, and they're not going to do that by blaming black men. They're not going to be somebody's scapegoat.
Stay with us. The BET Black Men Summit will continue in a moment. Welcome back to the BET Black Men Summit.
Welcome back. Now, I want to dig into the candidate's approach to fighting crime in our communities. We want safer communities, police reform. Wes Bellamy, honestly, which candidate, and just, which candidate you can give us the best opportunity for that dynamic?
Well, to me, I think it's very simple. I'll tell a really quick story. From 2016 to 2020, I was the vice mayor of Charlottesville, Virginia. Many of you are aware in 2017, we had white supremacists come to our community.
Oh, the good people on both sides.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was the only black person on the council at the time, the youngest person elected. And after a group of white supremacists literally came into our community and unalived someone, rest in peace to Heather Heyer, the first press conference that 45 had, he stated that, again, literally there are good people on both sides. Furthermore, this is the same individual, if we're talking about who should we trust to keep our community safe, wants to provide police officers with full immunity to be able to do whatever it is that you want to do whenever you feel like a situation arises that requires you to not use best practices, whether that be using patience, calling a mental health professional, but if you believe a person needs to be shot down like a dog in the street, you do so and you won't have to face any consequences. So when we talk about a matter of safety, a matter of keeping our community safe, you have a person who literally just rambles and acts off of emotion compared to an individual who's saying that I candidly want to use legislation and policy to find ways to not only keep our community safe, but help us thrive in every way imaginable.
You said something that I very rarely hear black men say, safe.
Yeah.
And when we use it in that context, it's never for us. You've never, no, I'm just talking about in your lexicon, when have you ever said the notion of safety is something somebody else gets to have and you don't? But it is because it's so far removed the concept. You started to say something, right?
Yeah, I think it's interesting. What you were just saying just triggered something in me, and that is like what we're worried about her record as a prosecutor, and we want to attach her to a bunch of incarcerations that didn't exist. And yet, if you look at the two candidates, and you look at the George Floyd situation, which one is more likely to pardon the killers of George Floyd? Which one?
That's a question. Wow.
Because he's already going for the blanket immunity.
It's qualified immunity, not blanket immunity.
Number one, let's stop the lies, okay? This is the reason why I can't stand down low Hughley.
That actually is a good term, yeah.
Because every time I see him, he looks more feminine, and he's one of those. He's so left that he doesn't even know what right looks like. And come on, Michael Lee. Goddamn, you think your acting tops here? Go get an Emmy already.
Yeah.
Number one, qualified immunity instead of absolute immunity. Who was the motherfucker who sent the DOJ down there in the first place?
It was
Trump.
Yeah.
Trump.
So stop the goddamn lying. I mean, obviously fucking lying. If you want to look at a prosecutor, this bitch let a goddamn illegal into a program that got him out of jail. And that illegal was actually pardoned by her office and actually killed a 12-year-old girl.
Yeah, it happened. One thing is, how many attorney generals and DAs are against qualified immunity?
Yeah,
Believe it or not.
that is
Exactly.
good.
And that's the one question they have never asked you. What do you think about qualified immunity?
Believe it or not, most are not.
I mean,
And
I've never heard of one that was against qualified immunity.
I never have either.
Most are
And
trying
by
to
the
get.
way, all that both good people shit, Obama, he was one of the main ones talking shit about, a lot of black people when they were quote unquote when they were protesting. So Obama has always done the same shit that he may not have been as egregious as like with Trump, but he has done the same thing. Like that beer thing he did, that is not a Democrat or Republican thing. That they do that. They both do that because they're not trying to piss white people off. The Democrats do that too. And so the only thing is, Trump is more flamboyant with his words in a lot of ways, but even in that was muted. I mean, again, it's like y'all gotta have some nuts, man. Y'all can.
Well, I mean, we'll go like 5 more minutes to cover this, and it's it's pretty much a speech. Okay, we'll drop the link in a minute, Pookie. Stop, calm down. Anyway, continuing.
Which one? Which one would do it?
Do you know what's interesting? You have children, you know the story. You teach them, like, don't look them in the eye and be respectful and watch your moves.
Yeah.
It is lunacy to teach our children to be held to a higher account than the paid professionals we pay to patrol our neighborhood. But it is such a fear in us that is what we're reduced to.
Think about how crazy that is. The fact in which, as you just alluded to, and think about the psychological and mental trauma that we're asking our children to jump through these loops just to keep you safe, opposed to being able to teach those who are supposed is to be sworn to serve and protect, to do the right thing. And we want to be clear, not all police officers are bad, and we know that not all individuals who have been sworn to protect and serve are doing nefarious things. But to provide them with blanket immunity and then have black men say that, you know what, I'm willing to potentially side with that person, those are real conversations.
When did Trump or anybody else talk about blanket immunity?
And also, Democrats have been in power 12 years of that period you're talking about. Like, they talk like when Democrats are in office, this stuff just doesn't happen. When in actuality, a lot of times this goes up.
Yeah,
It goes
but the thing is, they're giving out misinformation by talking about blanket immunity. Cops do not have blanket immunity. Nobody does. Okay.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Even the president doesn't have blanket immunity.
They're just saying shit at this point. No, not at this point. They've been saying it for a few months at this point, but they just keep saying shit.
Hold on, Ed. Go ahead.
No, yeah, I mean that's my point. They just keep saying shit. You know what I mean? There's no facts, none of this. They see a clip at most, and then that's enough for them.
What I'm saying is D.L. Hughley and Ben Crump knows better, okay? Because he's a lawyer. He knows the difference between blanket immunity and qualified immunity, but he's not saying anything.
Yeah,
well, because he knows their supporters won't look into it. They're just gonna run with it.
Well, he knows where his money is too. You know,
facts.
Yes, Ben Crump has he was in what was the movie he was in? I think it was 42. At the end of 42, with Trayvon's mom and dad, they had Ben Crump at the end of the damn movie.
All right, give it a few more minutes, but
that we have to have with them about why you're choosing to do so.
Now, of course, gun violence is the leading cause of death for black men under the age of 44. While with us in the audience is activist Greg Jackson, a gun violence survivor. On this issue, Greg, I know it's very personal, but does it matter who's president? Gun violence issue, does that matter?
Yeah, DL, it definitely matters. And I've had the honor of serving in the White House, but I'm here in my personal capacity because it's personal for me. In April 2013, I was shot after a club let out, and the bullet that hit me hit 2 arteries. And I'll never forget getting to the hospital. And before I met my doctors or my surgeons, I met investigators and went through 3 rounds of investigation where I was literally bleeding to death and fighting for my innocence and for my life at the same time, just to find out that I had a 26-minute window left to live due to blood loss and a 50% chance of making it out of surgery. And I'll never forget that feeling of being seen as a suspect first and a person second. And unfortunately, that's what we're seeing in our country, all over our country every single day. Raise your hand if you know someone who's been shot or killed by gun violence. I mean, look at this. Every single person in this room. This is the #1 cause of death for black youth since 2006. And since I was shot, nearly 1 million Americans have been.
Well, basically, that's gun violence. What does it have to do with qualified immunity?
Yeah, and by the way, Obama was president in 2013. So you just gonna say that's his fault? I mean, he been in there for a few years. That was the beginning of his second term. So
it's all rooted in emotions.
So I mean, he had his So again, you say like you fucked up with saying that gate.
Go ahead, James. Who's speaking?
No, I was just saying it was all rooted in emotions.
Yeah,
That's how. Yeah.
That's all this is hyper
Yeah.
promotions. Okay.
Yes,
Yep.
Which isn't working too well.
Yes, an emotional tirade. That's why Michael Ealy said George Floyd, and that's why now he's using what he's using now.
Yeah.
Even though it happened in 2013 when Obama was the president, and he's not telling you who shot him. You know what I mean? He's just saying he was shot.
He's
Like
blaming
just-
He's saying blaming the cops for questioning him. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
insane.
I don't know what it has to do with what they're talking about.
Yeah, because we're not. See, the thing is, if you don't this shit look like it's catered for women. It's got that talk show vibe, that clap
It
when you
is.
supposed to. But
It
dudes
is.
don't operate that way. With dudes, you the dudes that
Nah.
are doing like not a whole thing. It should have been like kind of like Cam Newton or Club Shake, like a more closed thing with maybe like a circle of dudes, not a whole crowd. Because because when you have a crowd like that, it exemplifies how fake it is.
Yeah.
And once dudes realize, hey, real shit ain't being said here, then they're just gonna tune out.
It's almost like a reality show, more or less, than anything else.
Dead ass.
Like the Truman Show.
I feel you. I feel you on the part. You say it's catered to women, and normally that'd be the case. But we talk about the black community. This motherfucker catered to. Excuse my language. This is catered to black men, because they come on.
They're trying to use the old tactics for black men that work.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it is. No, it's focused. It's supposed to be about black men, absolutely. But they're using points that appeal to black women because that's all they
exactly. Yes,
and that doesn't work with men because men are looking at this, and men are the first thing is a real thing's being said. When men know that you're appealing to their emotions, dudes know you running. That only works when you're talking about women. Other than that, dudes recognize the hustle real quick.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about independent-minded black men, but then there's the gynocratic black man that is ruled by his emotions because that's how he's trained to be.
Voting for Kamala. Those women, those dudes are either. So with those dudes, there's two categories. There is the dudes that are gonna vote because that's just what they do, and there's this dudes that's gonna say, "Fuck that, voting doesn't work." This is designed to try to target them and get them to vote. But the problem is, a lot of them dudes don't like Kamala. So now you're dealing with an age thing where like older generation is going to do what they've been doing or they're not. The younger dudes, they don't have the same relationship with the Democratic Party that like millennials or older generations have. They just don't, because the Democrats have not really done a lot of this program and stuff that they can visibly see. They have their reality that they visibly live, which is very different than what like somebody like me necessarily has, even though we have our own stuff we can, complain about. And you don't have any answers for that.
Yeah, what
like,
I'm saying.
Think about what I know. This is. I know this is just started, but
men normally want balance or some kind of pushback or some kind of back and forth. But the thing is, women don't like that. They like consensus. That's why it's more
even if you shut the pushback down quickly, they want to know the stuff is being challenged. Otherwise, it's like, nah, you selling me, and niggas, niggas don't buy shit. Shout out to Alan Roger Curry. RIP, but niggas don't buy shit. When they think they being sold.
But I don't. But black people like fuckery, so that's why they wanted me to show this.
And taken by this crisis. For me, that's one of my childhood friends. That was nearly me. Two of my mentees, one of which who came to Capitol Hill to fight for the policies to address gun violence.
Now, Brian McMurray, why do you expect dissenters, okay, in a room full of political simps, okay? This is a setup, okay? That's not supposed to be dissent. It's supposed to be a love fest for Kamala, okay? That's what it is.
That's who we're losing in this crisis. And here we are coming into an era where we have a vice president who has been working on this issue, has been leading the Office of Gun Violence Prevention, who passed the first law in 30 years, who has been focused on this issue almost her entire life, and literally has ushered in the steepest decrease in homicides in American history for now 2 years in a row.
Bullshit.
But during the Trump administration, we saw the steepest spike in murders in America.
No, we didn't. You saw a drop.
Oh my God!
Yes, you saw a drop. In fact, COVID, you had a drop in murders and all kinds of stuff, right? And a spike, and it returned to normal after COVID. Okay, after
everybody went outside,
went outside again.
American history.
Yo,
that's not numbers. Those are our friends.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Why haven't we heard about? Why haven't we heard about none of this before this election? But all right, my bad. Go on.
Because it wasn't important then.
Those are our family members. Those are our cousins, our nephews. And guess what he does? Brags about doing nothing. He says, well, we got to get over it. Get over it? I'm not getting over my mentee in a casket. Watching his mother cry. Watching his football coach wonder what he's going to do. Watching his teacher say, man, he was so full of promise. 13 years old. I'm not getting over that. We can't get over that.
Thank you, man.
Got another minute.
When we come back, former President Obama called black men out, saying that many of us are sexist if we do not vote for VP Harris. We're going to dig into that, so you just stay with us.
I've been called worse.
I'm speaking to men directly. Part of it makes me think that, well, you just aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president.
I think we got to be honest.
Feeling the idea of having a woman as president. And you're coming up with other alternatives and other reasons for that.
Okay, we are here now with Tennessee State Representative Justin J. Pearson, Ben Crump, and Michael.
Everybody got the ass kissing grins on and the hairdos fly. Give them credit.
Ely. So they're joining us on the panel. As a nation, we've never had a female leader. Never. Right. So there is an unspoken idea that a lot of people have, whether they say it out loud or not. So what was your impression?
Look, I love President Obama. And I think we got to be honest in our own community about the reality of sexism and the role that patriarchy plays in our own community.
Oh, Lord.
I go to churches a lot, and there are people who will greet me and I greet my fiance, who's standing right next to me. So there's a real conversation we need to have about what is going on inside of our communities and what we can do to make sure that we unlearn some of the behaviors that are really negative, right, and that are really harmful.
What the hell is he talking about? Okay? Yeah, y'all, you have a whole crowd of black men worshiping black women. What the fuck are you talking about?
What is also important is that we do understand the facts. An overwhelming majority of black men are voting for Vice President Kamala Harris to be president of the United States. Right? 80% of us. So, you know, the truth is, you got that one uncle that you need to talk to. Right. But the majority of us, we good. Right? Like, we on the same page. But there is some work that we are going to have to do as a community to figure out what are the qualms, what are the issues, what are the problems that 20% or so of black folks.
So where are those 20%? Where's the 20% that have problems with it?
I was one
They're
of
not
my
on stage.
I wish one of my little nephew's cousins would kind of try to call. Oof, let me shut up.
Yeah. In other words, where's the 20% that have problems with it? Where are they?
Who a few years ago were voting Democratic and all that are having. And I will say this about Donald. In our country,
this is always Jermaine's fault.
Our socialization has taught us to praise people with a lot of money.
Yeah.
Our socialization has taught us to praise people who are famous. Right. Our socialization has taught us to praise people who can get a lot of women and can say what they want and do what they want and have said. Hey, that image. That's the image of a real man. That's the image of a strong person. That's the image of a real leader who can just fire people at will.
BGS, can I get an
now
amen?
he running for president. And a lot of people are like,
can I get an amen?
Amen.
I'm in Rob.
No, that's not it anymore. Right. But years of socialization have taught us that actually that is the image that America has put forward as the image of what you want to be, of the person that you want to lead. So it isn't just a black issue. We got a nationwide issue about the perception of hypermasculinity masquerading as leadership. When in fact, it was our mamas.
A powder blue tie, afro, talking intersectional feminism. Okay,
Man,
go ahead, boss.
Them legs is crossed real tight.
They ain't they?
And our grandmamas and our great grandmamas who got us here.
That's right. We are climbing.
Is metrosexual suit? Yeah. He'll be on CNN.
I'm telling you. And the fro, baby.
And the fro, yeah.
You know what's always interesting? We hear about the polls, and one of the things I know for sure, the quickest way to make a black man lie to you is walk up to him and ask him a question with a clipboard in your hand. So,
that's a good one.
I mean, it's ridiculous. And what I refuse to do is to let mainstream polling operations tell me what men I'm with every day think. Yeah. I refuse to believe that.
You know, it's big deal.
So if that's the case, why are you having this? If the majority of black men think and want to vote for Kamala Harris?
Because they wives and girlfriends told him, if you don't get on this trope and do what we say, we're cutting off pussy and we're divorcing you. That's why you seeing all these men up here. But I digress.
They don't divorce me anyway. Let me shut up.
Man, that gynocracy shit, man. That shit. I wasn't on here. I was like, turn the shit off.
Hey, BGS.
Yeah.
That ain't most of the people in your generation voting for Kamala Harris, like most of the older crowd.
No, not really.
Same ring.
One of y'all got
So what these niggas talking?
That's the Pookie with the Pookie wireless. Okay, got echoes. I don't know if you're on speakerphone or what. Pookie got a lot of echo.
Yeah. So the thing that kills me about that is always yeah, man, we got to. If anybody, you would never hear anybody else. 80% is voting for a candidate. Oh man, there's a sexism problem. Like you would never hear that with anybody else. A lot of dudes voted for Hillary Clinton. Some folks didn't. Like Hillary did not lose because of a sexism problem. Hillary lose because
In fact, black men vote at a higher percentage for females than white women do.
and that is insane. That's the one thing we got to let go of in here is this thing where we gotta and they never, you notice how they never go deeper into it. They never have any explainers, any examples. Like for instance, they like for the dude when they come to gun violence. Oh, we got testimonials about that. But for some reason they say, yeah, we got a sexism problem and we got to deal with it. Oh, let's move on to the next one. Like that's just something that's just so obvious. Every race of women would disagree with that. And my thing that I would ask too, if I was on that panel right now, I would say, look, I need to ask y'all this. Which group is the best on sexism? Which race of men would you say is that, not even being negative? Which race of men would you say is leading the charge on progressivism on sexism? And dare them to name somebody because you're not saying anything negative.
Okay, basically it's black men. Black men are the most.
Well, they won't answer the question because they know it's black men.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, it's not up to mama's standards. That's what it is.
Well, it's not up to mama's standards because she wants slavery. She wants slavery with extra steps. Slavery by another name. That's what she wants.
Yeah.
She wants what the white man had 300 years ago. That's what they want. So and this is how you get them on that. When they ask you, if let's say, okay, well, black men can do better. Okay, great. Paint me a picture of what the ideal black man looks like when it comes to this issue. When you ask people that, they can't do it. Same thing with LGBT rights. Paint me a picture of what the perfect world looks like when it comes to LGBT rights. Somebody actually answered that question for me one time. You know what they said?
What?
Everybody being gay. I said, thank you.
Well,
I appreciate. I said, thank you for your honesty.
Well, yeah, the LGBT, except for black women, because they don't want their men to be gay, do they?
I'm talking about anybody for real with it. Black women fuck with the LGBT stuff to the extent that they do as a rebellion against men.
Even your LGBTQ doesn't want everybody to be gay because most gay men like straight men.
We talked to the NAACP and Urban League, Reverend Allen, them a lot. Isn't it just profound at this moment in time that black men votes are coveted so much? I mean, I've never seen that in my life. And I think that's something, when I saw that Obama piece, I thought about how everybody is trying to get our vote.
But power concedes.
And thank you, Black Manosphere. Okay.
Nothing without a demand. And I honestly believe this is one of the first time nationally, collectively, we decided we want to hear you, but there are things we have to have for that. It's transactional. Which politics is supposed
well, that's one thing we do agree about. Okay. They do see this.
Supposed to be, right? What was your reaction when you heard President Obama say that?
Well, there are some men who don't want to vote for a woman. The founders of Project 2025 really don't want a woman as president. And their women don't want a woman as president. That is not being held to the same standard. If, in fact, you are one of those individuals who believe that a woman should not be president, speak on it. So, like, if you're masking your sexism with, she locked up a whole bunch of black men. Well, that's already been debunked. So what is it? Or she's not black. So what is it? What is it that's really, just speak on it.
Now, Ben, we can't have a convo about sexism.
Give that man another acting role. Okay, give him another part. Go ahead.
Do you think that it's more men that think, like, across race, that it's men that think that a woman can't be president in the United States? Do you think it's more women?
Oh, that's a good question. I think about 50-50.
And that tells you everything you need to know, even the fact that it's 50-50.
Yeah, about 50-50 because you can tell by white women because white women normally don't vote for women. And it's pretty close to 50-50 between men and women as far as the white community.
And so, as far as I'm concerned, if you can't figure that out with the women, don't ask the men. Because if they can't convince the women at least a majority, a super majority, let's call that, a 2/3 majority, to be
Yeah.
open to the idea, then
Yeah,
you ain't got no business asking
but
men.
you forgot the number one rule, Ed. What's the number one rule?
I'm done. I'm done with life, and it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done.
It's always this is them blaming Jermaine. Okay.
Yeah, and what's crazy about this too is you got women that have been mayors, like all across this country in major cities. I like black men, so I don't like again. There's these narratives that y'all want to put out there because y'all don't want to address the question, but it's the cause anyway, man.
In other words, it's black men to black women's specifications. Okay. Somebody else trying to get in? Yes. No. Okay, we go like another minute. We're actually going to shut this down because it's getting kind of syrupy. Basically, we know what it's about, but that's the first thing I actually agree with him about is that it's the first time that black men have been asked what they want. And that's thus this kind of summit. So we are a power to be reckoned with.
And it doesn't. And if a black men hasn't been asked what you want, then it makes sense that y'all will be losing support amongst people.
Yeah, because that was when Ice Cube came up with his plan for Black America, that wasn't even a question, but now all of a sudden it is. So congratulations, black men. Basically, you're a force to be reckoned with now.
And guess who ain't there? And guess who ain't there? Ice Cube.
Yeah. He ain't there. That's true. He should be, but he's not.
Talking about the way some black.
Go ahead.
Oh, but we're low information voters, and we don't know what we're talking about. The black ministry has no reach whatsoever.
So has the BBT and MOT actually covered this yet?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
This is the high information. This is for high information voters right now. You don't understand AB. That's why you keep talking shit.
But they found an old video of Byron Donald to actually talk about. Okay.
They should have brought what's that congressman dude? His name Byron, who's been on CNN. They should have brought him in here. Boy.
They were not gonna bring him in. Okay.
He would have been Darth Vader, boy. Help us!
They should have had a balanced panel. At least white people would give you a balanced panel.
They should have brought Anton on there.
They should have called this a Black Man Kamala Supporter Summit.
Yeah.
Black men see the LGBTQ plus community. They see it as getting more attention than some of the concerns of black men. I mean, that is something you hear constantly. So, Ben, what do you think? I mean, it's not like I'm,
yeah, well,
speaking out of school.
Everything has to be taken in context. When you think about civil rights, we must remember that if they can discriminate against them, then it makes it easier to discriminate against us.
We got black queer folks
in
our families. And so whenever I live in Tennessee, we have passed more laws against LGBTQIA plus folks than anybody else in the union. And I continue to remind folks, if you open the door of oppression a little bit for somebody you think is different or other or an enemy of yours, the person you opening it with will open it a little bit wider to push you in. And when we think about our community and black folk, we all in this together.
Right. What's interesting, we have to understand that our concerns, where we gather at this place is different. At one point, it was illegal for slaves to learn. Now they want to make it illegal to learn about slaves. First, black people can go to the bathroom, then gay people can go to the bathroom, now transgender people. What do white people keeping in the bathroom is what I want to know.
Oh, gosh.
Well, nigga, you got daughters, don't you? I know you do.
Does he want a man with a 9-inch penis going to the bathroom with his daughter?
So I got a question. You want a man with 9-inch penis going into your high school, the high school locker room?
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
Like for real, and for a black man to say this shit, because we know how niggas with daughters can be. Shout out to Black Huru. You obviously the exceptions, but you know what I mean. Niggas, they just black out. Black men black out so much about their daughters that they forget the LGBT women trying to turn them out.
They do it in public, but they don't catch them in private. Have a different story. And so they said, so by their logic, what if a black man vote for Shilstein? Are they still considered misogynists? They considered you wasting your vote.
No, you're
Yeah,
colored. No, you're colored.
Okay.
a
Yeah.
vote. Here's what they're gonna say: a vote for Jill Stein's a vote for Trump.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. That's they've been saying that. I've heard that from the blue squad. Okay. It
Hmm.
used to be the red squad, but now it's the blue squad saying it. But anyhow, all right. I think that's enough of this.
That dude, the dude with the fro, he that's
Yeah.
probably the worst dude on this whole panel. I
Uh,
probably.
hey,
If I,
BG,
They
hold
had
on,
to
wait.
have one. Go ahead.
Where's Snowman when I need him? What is
Hmm.
gay?
What is gay?
What is
What is gay?
What?
I mean, real talk. Like this is great content. If somebody wanted to just get in here and just hack this up. Problem is, if
Uh,
I went through this, it'd be like 6, 7 hours if I do it.
I might.
it's. I mean, we've gone through like half of it, and it's
Man,
just like,
man, y'all, man, if I go through this tomorrow, y'all better hit my fucking cash app.
hey, you go through it.
Don't go through this. We want to have a nice, clean coliseum tomorrow without this bullshit. And I thank you Jeff, for cutting this bullshit out. Appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, pretty much it's a love fest for Kamala, and
Yeah,
they
pretty
going,
much.
and now they're going through all the point. Oh, we support LGBTQ. They haven't even gotten into abortion rights, I'm sure.
They
But
haven't gotten into abortion. They ain't gotten into they never got into the money, economics, which is what men care about. All they talking about. This is almost like you would think you have black women in the audience and black men are trying to calm them down the
yeah,
way that these dudes are talking.
I see more balanced conversation amongst the black women when they get together. Okay,
I've
this
seen
is
more balanced conversations on Anton's channel
this is
when he
them.
be going full.
Yeah, yeah, they're prostrating themselves. Okay,
Yeah, and that's
Kamala Harris.
how and that's why it's crazy because when everybody says like they go, oh yeah, man, the black patriarchy. It's like, dude, how many like seriously? When have you heard even that word spoken amongst black men? Like seriously, like black patriot, like what?
check this out. Hammer's on. Guess how many people are watching?
Oh, Ken?
Hold on.
Oh
2.
yeah, I was getting hammered. I was like, he don't got a channel. Why the fuck are y'all talking to him? But apparently I was wrong.
2 watching. He does have a channel. 2 watching.
Oh, okay.
I know you're listening, Hammer. Shout out to you. At least he's not bothering us. So.
You gonna conjure his ass up now? See?
Yeah, he is time stealers. But yeah, man, it's yeah, that shit's crazy, man. It's crazy because now I'm looking at this, being older, right? And this is the same BET bullshit, from when BET was in
I mean,
the
Tavis Smiley was a little bit more balanced with State of the Black Union. So.
yeah, no, that was better. That was better. No, I'm not gonna say throwing him under the bus. I mean, Jim, it's funny how they show Charlotte. That is not what Charlotte looks like. Charlotte, like they just went to the most hoodest, urbanest place. It's just, oh man, it's the limousine liberal bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I so miss Tavis Smiley on old BETC. What we just got through watching was a CBS Viacom production. Period. Point blank.
Yeah.
You know who they should have put there? They should have put Mark Jackson there. Yeah, I'm voting for Trump because we godless. I'm not.
It's hilarious.
I said, I should have been a ghost day boy. He should have been. Like he stood 10 toes down on his religion. He can't say he did it. But yeah, that was crazy. Ricky Smiley should have been there, but he might have crashed out again.
Yeah, Ricky would have crashed out for sure.
He would have pulled a R. Kelly.
It should have got what's his name that cries all the time.
Oh yeah, Van Jones would have gave him credibility.
I guess the check wasn't big enough.
No, y'all know y'all know what I'm really tripping out on. And AB said it earlier. He said he called his name earlier. This man must really be in the political doghouse because they will not let you, and everybody kept saying, well, why don't y'all let Roland come up there? They do not want to hear Roland's mouth for nothing. He has really, must have.
Roland's had his time. Roland's had his time.
That cat must have burnt off. Nobody wanted to have that man up on television no more. They telling him, stick your little podcast, punk.
Yeah, well. Here's what it is.
The ascot must have been rubbed for the wrong way.
All right. Okay. There's that. Anything else y'all want to talk about?
Can't wait for this election to be over.
You know, Megan Thee
Yeah.
Stallion's a fucking liar.
Who?
And in other words, water is wet.
Oh, okay.
She basically admitted to sleeping that she lied to Gayle King and that she slept
Oh
with
yeah.
Tory Lanez.
Tory Lane. We knew that. You know.
Yeah. So you know that's starting to rehash that, and you know people gonna fall on the sword for her because you know whatever.
I hope the brother gets out.
I did two things today.
Okay.
I voted
Mm-hmm.
and I went to Roadhouse, Texas Roadhouse. I'll let you know which one I was more excited about.
Texas Roadhouse. It better be Texas Roadhouse.
He probably had a pretty good shot with the food. So.
Oh, Lord in Christ. That being said, hey,
How long did it take to
BGS.
vote?
Oh man, it was quick. It was a quick process. It was maybe 15 minutes at most.
Yeah, at most. Yeah.
And then you know at Texas, it was damn near like at least a third of there was no other option. You know what I'm saying? Like especially when it came to like the courts, the judges and whatnot, it was all red, 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 red.
Oh yeah, see that's the funny thing about us. We got a whole bunch of options: Constitutional Party, Libertarian Party.
Yeah, there was about
Party.
3 candidates that were libertarians. Everything else was just either red and blue or just red, red, red. So yeah. That being said, on a side note, BJS, I've been wanting to tell you, boss. I finally finished my 2-year program, man. I'm done with my school. I just got to take 2 oral and practicals for my airframe and power plant license, so I could become an aircraft pilot.
Okay. Oh, a pilot. Okay,
Or I mean mechanic. I'm sorry, mechanic.
Okay, cool.
And it's crazy how everything lines up. I've been given about 3 offers. I already work with Delta, so I've been given about 3 offers. One to transfer out to Seattle, one to go to Minneapolis, and just recently one to. There's always Atlanta available, but I'm not going to live in Atlanta ever. And and then I just recently was told that there may be a position within the next couple months here in Dallas. So
okay,
lined up perfectly, man. All praises.
Yeah.
Hold out for the one in Dallas. Trust me, hold out for the one in Dallas.
Oh, you already know.
Remember those Texas taxes or lack thereof.
Yeah. The thing is, a lot of the mechanics are retiring, so they probably need them. And
Exactly.
They haven't been training these kids for this kind of stuff in trades.
Hey.
So there's a lack of talent in those trades. So you get them.
They're all getting to retire within the next 5 years. You're gonna have all them cats that started in the '80s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're all ready to they're just running the clock. And I would tell the guys that I'd work with, when I'd see them on the ramp, hey, just wait till I get in. You know what I mean? I need some of that wisdom. I can't have y'all leave without passing that shit on. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, you're gonna be on one of them airplane documentaries I watch when it crashes. Are they be like, yeah, they gotta find.
Don't do that. Don't do that. That shit's traumatizing. Every class that would show us one video of a plane going down because someone fucked up somewhere along the line. You know what I mean? They don't play with that.
Yeah. Some small ass shit too.
If you would have touched the 1/4-inch smoke, that whole flight and everybody in the captain would have been alive.
Went alive. Yeah, man. Jermaine. Stop. Don't fuck up, Jermaine.
Dead ass. That was that plane that went down in it might have been the Florida Everglades, and it was a brother that was the supervisor, and he was training somebody, and he trained that when they're what do you call it, inspecting the plane, they skipped a couple of vital steps.
Okay.
And that had something to do with the cables and not twerking things, tightening things up.
I remember that.
Yeah. He got fired. The new hire got fired. Man, I'm not gonna do that.
Yep. You got to be consistent. That's the thing. You can't skip steps.
No.
And they skipped them before and nothing happened. That's what usually happens. That's the same thing.
Exactly. It's complacency.
Yeah. What happened with the chick with COVID, right? She had been poked before and nothing happened, so she didn't think anything of it. But she that one day she went out with it, and it got out. That's why you're supposed to do it. Be like a robot almost. Do the same thing every day at the same time.
Yeah.
Always. Okay.
I mean, people think it's hard. Everything you do, there should be a book or a tablet with all the steps right in front of you every fucking time. I keep cussing. Sorry about my language, but
No, that's
that's
all
it.
right.
It's that simple.
Yeah, and there's people to help you in case because they don't want their plane to go up and not to go up right. So if you don't know something, you have to call somebody. Hey, I'm having a problem with this, so they can get on it instead of their plane going up unsafe. So
Mm-hmm.
anybody else? Y'all want to jump in? So it's all about the election, huh?
I mean, yeah, 'cause I mean, oh, shout out to your neck of the woods, the Dodgers.
Money matters, man. They spend enough money.
Mm.
So the last 2 years, Magic said we're here to win a championship, win some rings. He was right. So they spent enough money.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's the weekend before the election, so I guess the main thing is what do y'all think? What are y'all odds that Kamala's gonna win? Because niggas are getting kind of scared, man.
Yep. Well, yeah. Then the
Go either way.
New York's got to spend some more money.
I personally think that Democrats are panicking too much. They don't feel good about it.
What they don't is because she's a long shot to begin with, okay, and she's not a great candidate. That's why the Democrats didn't think they were going to win in the first place. But the donors decided to actually make this push, so they did, and so we'll see. It's closer than I actually thought it was going to be.
Yeah. Do you think the House is gonna flip or the Senate is gonna flip?
I don't know. The thing is that everything's up in the air right now because that's what Obama wanted to do here. She wanted to protect the down ballot seats. So a lot of this stuff is actually up in the air. There is no particular one wave or the other. It's because of all the stuff they had set up with Biden. Is because he couldn't run. Got basically kind of went to the dodo bird, and then them trying to prevent Trump from running actually made him more popular.
Yep.
And they broke.
They didn't think he would survive the process, and he did, which is something they didn't anticipate.
That sound like
They
a goddamn
broke.
fucking anime fucking series.
Even J.D. Vance was saying when he's talking to Joe Rogan about that, he said basically there's no way you can miss somebody from 100 basically that close from 100 yards with AR-15. It's impossible, and basically
They
you cannot hit
broke
somebody.
the emergency glass.
Say what?
They broke the emergency glass in order to save the damn ballot. That's why they did.
Basically, he actually wanted an open process and pick whatever they thought that was the best candidate for a down ballot. But the thing is, the Clintons insisted on uh, uh, um, Kamala Harris.
Oh, so they playing this cruel ass joke on American public. Oh, it's
Yeah,
Hillary and Peter.
it's not. The thing is, Trump basically Biden and that team and Hillary Clinton all have an agenda, and that agenda dies without either Biden or Kamala Harris being in office.
So how
Yeah.
quickly do you think?
Hold on, wait a minute.
One at a
Yeah.
time, one time.
Because I was listening to it. They said that Trump, his transition team, he's already getting together. He's not even waiting until after November 6th.
Yeah.
He's already getting together, and it looks totally different from what you've seen in the past. There's no lobbying.
Yeah.
There's no
That's
lobbying.
a man from his mistakes.
Yeah, he did learn from his mistakes. He actually said that. He actually admitted that he made a lot of mistakes in his first, and trusted a lot of people that he shouldn't in his
Right.
first term. He actually said that. But go ahead.
Because if
How
y'all
fast
remember
do you
correctly, if y'all
how fast
remember
do you
One at a time,
correctly,
one at a time, one at a time.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead, Abe, go ahead, Al, and then Ed.
if you remember correctly, Ed and everybody, that first go around when that election night came around, he was freaking stunned. He didn't really believe he was gonna win. He was just politicking and hoping and thought, okay, I'm gonna keep throwing this shit up against the wall. Let's see if it
Yeah,
sticks. Oh, it
pretty much.
stuck. They elected me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm behind schedule on who I need and who I want, but it'll be all right. I'm Trump. I'm a businessman. But he learned through that first 2 years of that bumpy ride. Okay, hey, these are mistakes that I cannot make again.
Yeah.
And he remembered.
That is true. He has said that. He has said that.
I don't know if this is true, but somebody said he told Netanyahu, "You better stop that shit by the time I get in there."
I don't know. Well, we'll have to see, but I haven't heard that.
I wonder how fast he gonna pack this shit up if he gets elected, like the Ukraine stuff.
What I'm hearing is Israel does not have enough money to keep fighting like this. And
So it's screwed either way.
and Israel, and that last thing where they tried on Iran didn't work as well as they thought it would, and basically, because those S-400s can't see those F-35s and will bring them down. Okay, that's why they never crossed the planes never crossed the into Iranian airspace. So those anti-aircraft batteries are working, and if you try this shit again, okay, you instead of 200 missiles, you're gonna get 1,000. We're not gonna actually target military bases anymore. So that's what they've been
Yeah,
doing.
but Israel is doing a lot. They biting off more than they can chew.
It's because they think the United States will come in and help them.
Oh hell no!
Well, you know,
It
basically,
depends on who gets in there.
well, basically, Lloyd Austin told them that you're on your own if you do this again. Yeah, they're trying to do a peace agreement. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Sure. Shout out to Lloyd Austin.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the realist said, okay, after the last thing with the Ukraine thing and the storm shadows, Lloyd Austin said everybody out of the pool.
Is that the defense secretary?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's like you haven't seen him very much.
It's my generation, Colin Powell.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think Trump will keep him?
Will Trump keep him? I don't know. I have no clue. I have no.
You think he'll bring back McGregor?
I don't know. We'll have to see.
Did you listen to the Durham today when they went over the politics?
I haven't seen that one yet.
It was good. Go ahead and watch that, BJS. It was good.
Okay. I mean, with the election, and you have like 10 people doing 4 and 5 shows a day, so it's kind of hard to keep up.
That's facts. That's facts. Now, if I can answer Ed's question, Ed, I can't speak on the House. I can't speak on none of that because, just like BGS said, it's definitely up in the air. But what I can say is, man, honestly, I'm on the damn fence because I was convinced that the whole debacle with the hurricane was gonna just completely roll everything over to Trump's side, right? But you can never underestimate how deep this programming is with these folks, man. I had a debate with my brother, and just like BJS and his brother, right? It came down to I just hate Trump more than I care about anything else.
Yep, that's what it came down to. Yeah.
And with that in mind, anything can happen. You know what I mean? Plus, you know, she already got the billionaire support, the billions and billionaire support. You know what I mean? The system, the status quo support is backing her. Their full weight is behind her. Well, you know, it's clear the populace is behind Trump. So I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, my thing is with anybody is my question is, do you even know why you hate this motherfucker? Like, if you don't know why, you hate somebody, like that's some crazy shit. Because as a man, unless you got a real personal, tangible reason, you shouldn't be able to be moved like that. Like, not like that. It's one thing if like stuff hits you real quick and you make an emotional reaction to it. I get that. But like when you got that deep seated, I mean that's how black women feel about black men, I think, personally.
But Ed, we got billions of dollars and 7 years plus of just anti-Trump media, just constant. The average person is gonna submit to it. Is gonna fall victim to it ultimately. That's the best way I can describe it personally.
Yeah, because I'm not like a big fan of Trump, but at the end of the day, when I'm evaluating anybody, whether it's Bush, even Dick Cheney, whoever, Putin, I'm gonna evaluate them objectively as I can, as effectively I can. I refuse to let somebody just take control of because that's taking control.
Tell me how to think.
Your agency. Yeah. This is why when you have and obviously women are women. So that's just gonna happen. But when men do it, and I'm not even talking to say your brother, I told my brother just to vote. I said, you know, that's what, mom would want. I didn't say who. And he said, did I vote? I said, yeah. And they ain't asked who because it is what it is. But yeah, man,
I agree with you. Like trying to be an objective as hell. Like, you know, my background, I'm Haitian too. So obviously I'm gonna feel some type of way when you paint this image, but at the same time I can't deny that I personally have seen evidence of what was going on in Springfield. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta look at it as objectively as possible. But I'm not gonna say who I voted for. You know what I'm saying?
no, absolutely. You know, it's funny. Like speaking on that, the Puerto Rican thing. It's like the point because you got Jennifer Lopez, Aubrey Plaza has something to say about it, and I get them saying it. I say it's cool, but this is what I ask you: Democrats have been in power for about 12 years, 8 years at a time. They ain't giving, they ain't fronting up front y'all no money. When they was in power, y'all wasn't getting no money. But like this hurricane and shit, they didn't help y'all. Now, we understand. I mean, we understand what white people's beef with Haiti is, but Puerto Rico's a territory. So cool. A comedian said that, and I get you're mad, but aren't you more mad that y'all being citizens of this country, that the Democrats have been in power this whole time, and they don't even give lip service to the shit that y'all that shit, like the shit that they got to go through on that island and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's my thing. My thing is, you can say fuck Trump, that's fine.
Yeah.
But are you gonna say fuck Trump and not be like, what about this fucking money though? Because if you want us to campaign for you on behalf of other Hispanics, see, that's what I would ask J-Lo. I would ask J-Lo straight up. Okay, you're this name. Cool. Are you advocating for that fucking money? Have you asked them? I bet you have it. Because you living great, aren't you? Anyway.
Well, when I debate with most other Haitians about political stance, I'm like, okay. So I need to condemn one side, but I need to ignore everything the Clinton Foundation was doing in Haiti and is still doing in Haiti today.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm just supposed to look past all that when they're actively. I mean, wait. Who did who did the Haitian president get assassinated by? Were there not American links in there? Who was the president when that happened?
Yeah, it wasn't Trump. That's for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, when the Haitian hurricane happened, it was Biden that sent y'all back before they decided to do what the fuck they doing now.
So then it comes down to, and I always bring it.
I don't think he sent it back as many as he says he did. They're still here.
I mean, and then I always bring it back to actions. The actions versus the words. Oh, Trump said this and that. Okay, but here are the actions. What should I be more pissed about?
Yeah.
Silence.
So, for example,
What they said, what happened?
For example, Jeff Sessions, I did not want him to be attorney general because he's a vicious, racist ass prick. And that was something I was like, oh, hell no. Because remember, I said I didn't vote for Trump. But the first thing I gave him, well, I'm talking about that time, the 16th. But when he got rid of Jeff Sessions, before Jeff Sessions was really ante up, respect. And now he got rid of Jeff Sessions for different reasons other than the racial shit. He just didn't like Jeff Sessions. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. He was still gone. And so, and Jeff Sessions basically lost his Senate seat too. So I was like, shit, that's a point in his thing, in his category. And so my point is what you said, actions. And that's the thing that annoys me. Stop letting them, you don't have to vote for that person, but you got to start demanding it. And so, for example, what I would tell people this on something, I'm a vote blue no matter who. I just can't support the Democrats or Republicans. I mean, fine, don't. Get your ass in them fucking primaries. And that's the problem. Black people should be in the primaries causing the problem. But see, the problem is y'all are going to start to see that they've already made a decision who they want, and it don't matter. That was true. You saw that with Bernie. So at the end of the day, and a lot of people are quote unquote low key supporting Trump because of how they feel about what happened with Bernie. Not a lot, but there's some. Like stop ignoring what the Democrats have done because it's a very abusive and toxic relationship, and it just amazes me how Black people love to fall into that shit. It just kills me. Anyway,
it makes them feel nice.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the gaslighting is fucking crazy, man. You remember where I'm from? Okay, motherfucker, what the fuck you gonna say when Trump ain't there no more? Man, what about that? You said it yourself.
It's Jermaine's fault. That's what they're gonna say. It's Jermaine's fault.
It's Jermaine's fault.
What about Project? That's what they talk about now. They doing ads about, have you seen Project 2025? Let me tell you what's in there.
I always ask them, did you read it?
Yeah.
No, they
I always say no. I always say
man,
no.
have you even opened that bitch up? Fuck, read it. Have you even opened it up? Have you even read the table of contents?
Most people ain't even Google that shit.
Here's what I asked: have you read all 900 pages?
No,
Are you reading through it right now? If you haven't,
They don't know the Cliff
You
Notes.
know, reparations are being tried at 2025. Your dumb ass wouldn't know.
They could have found the secret to eternal life in that motherfucker. People wouldn't even know.
You know what? I gotta say this about that video with all the Black Men Summit, which was like basically a love affair for a bitch they don't even know. That shit was like that was the Black Moist Summit, okay?
Okay.
You know, the more and more I see DL Hughley, down low Hughley, the more and more he's starting to look like a single mother. You know, and I'm looking at it. Well, police brutality. You're supposed to be a former deputy mayor in West Bumfuck, North Carolina. A white supremacist does that to your city, but how many times do you encourage your citizens in North Carolina, which is the South? Why don't you actually carry? Where's the security to do something about it? The police to do. You sound like a bunch of bitches that don't even.
Hold on, Ed. Hold on. Let him talk, okay?
You sound when you talking about police brutality. Police brutality is actually very, very low. But yet, you're a former deputy mayor, so you get all the statistics, all the stats for your area. Stop bullshitting me, yo. That's the reason why a guy like myself will never be invited to shit like that. And I'm looking at these dudes, and I'm like, you know her history as a prosecutor? Notice you will have selective amnesia for a bitch who basically ignored the Constitution.
They gloss over it highly.
They don't even gloss over it. They piss over it.
Oh no,
they mention it in passing. They're like, oh yeah, she did that.
They don't even mention it in passing. They avoid it like a vampire avoiding sunlight. Okay.
I mean, and people don't realize she's been known to do that shit.
Yes.
A couple of times.
Yeah.
And because discovery is a constitutional right.
Yeah.
And you were laughing about putting people. You were supported by people who have for-profit prisons.
Yep.
Yeah.
You kept black people longer.
Yeah, they're not gonna mention that, okay? And that's the thing, man. Like I remember shit like this. Like when people, this is what ate up Roland Martin. Real talk. People started catching all this shilling, and then when he did the dancing for Hillary shit, they that destroyed.
Yeah, and then I'm looking at it.
Finish your point.
And then I'm looking at it, right? Well, I've been quiet for a little minute, so I let everybody talk. And then when I look at it, because I had to really think about this, EO and people like him, of course, they're bots. They're bought. You can always talk about racism and all this other shit, but you had nothing to say. But what all these atrocities? When did you see Trump do what you said he was going to do? A dictatorship. If anything, when a president or head of state gives you the right to vote on something, are they taking away your power or giving you power? Because that's the absolute opposite of fascism. Last time I checked the definition.
Yeah.
Which so many people use out of context. And when I really look at this shit, you want a real town hall meeting, go look at black men from different walks of life, because y'all basically sounded like a bunch of black women with dicks to me. You're talking about a dictatorship. If anything, Kamala talked about how you should limit or you should punish people for saying shit on the internet. Trump's never said it. Wait a minute. Before Elon Musk bought Twitter, now X, did we not see a sitting president get his voice limited on the internet?
Yes, we did.
So all the, but hold on, I'm not a professional when it comes to criminal justice, but isn't that against the Constitution?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah.
So the same shit they saying that Trump would do is actually happened to Trump. But the person you think is going to be doing right by black people actually is the more what are we looking for? Tyrannical in thinking than the person you thought who was going to be.
No, it's
And I'm gonna
not
stop
just
there.
not just thinking, but also actions. Like
And
what they
action.
what they did to Tulsi Gabbard by putting her on the watch list. What they the Jill Stein and to RFK by trying to keep him off the ballots in a lot of states.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one time.
Confuse me if I'm wrong. Doesn't that sound a bit tyrannical?
It does, but the thing is who has the reputation to be the bad guy.
That, my friend, is dictatorial.
You live long
That's
enough
what
to
that
be the
is.
hero, or what?
Well, Trump has always embraced the bad guy role. So
Yeah.
So you got to think about it. Sometimes you need a bad guy to do. Well, here's the question, right? You may not be a big comic book head, but I'm going to ask you this question. Why does the X-Men have a guy like Wolverine on their team?
Gotta have a guy to do the dirty work.
What's the old saying that he's been saying for 50 years? I'm the best at what I do, and what I do ain't nice.
He's not very nice.
Need that. You're always gonna need that person who's gonna make the hard decision or do what needs to be done. Wolverine will kill you.
yeah. Well, you got all the neocons are those kind of people. Okay, so to say that they're good guys, they're not.
They're not. They're not. And even and I look at it like they look at Trump and they're like, well, his decision. Obama was very liberal with the DOJ because he never took a stance against certain shit. You had Freddie Gray in Baltimore. You had what's the one, Mike Brown, even though Mike Brown was at fault because I read the whole records. Unlike most people, I do read. Because if you look at the gun trace residue, his hand was so close to grabbing the guy's gun. He was actually hitting the officer while he was in his patrol car. So, but black people, we rather deal with feeling because that's what your sloppy ass mama taught you. For those of you who had sloppy ass mothers, I'm pretty sure we have some good ones still to this day. But I'm looking at that whole thing that y'all, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, y'all sound like some cackling bitches.
Yeah.
But I digress.
Go ahead, James. You want to get in, or who wanted to get in? Somebody was trying to get in earlier. Yes, no. Let me answer.
He got shot at.
Yeah. Let me.
Right.
Elon Musk says they're going to have him deported if Kamala wins. That's impossible because he got his citizenship in 2002. Citizen can't deport him.
Yeah, he only got tried for this shit.
Why would you deport a guy who's one of the last bastions of tech in your country?
Yeah, your whole space program depends on him. Why would you deport him?
Why would you deport? He's one of your last bastions. China is kicking the fuck out of you.
Yeah, he probably just said it as a joke. But,
I know he said it as a joke, but there's some people who don't get it. When I'm watching Velma and I'm laughing, I get it because it's making fun of the woke tropes.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like, I don't like it. You're making fun of the shit. It's a satire.
Because they don't know they don't know the history of this cartoon.
Yeah, it's a satire. It's a joke.
They can't deport him if you have citizenship. Where are you going to deport him to? You can't deport citizens. Okay.
They have a right to be here now.
They have a right to be here. You can lock
it's
them
like
up.
answering your own cell phone.
Yeah.
It's like you
it's like
can't
walking
call yourself.
I'm going to evict you and put you back in your house. The fuck?
Yeah, basically, NASA's handed over the whole space program to Musk. So.
Yeah.
So anyway,
I mean, but it's one of those things where I'm actually happy at this political season for this reason why.
mm-hmm.
Because it shows even the most dim-witted simp, them hoes ain't loyal. They will. They think they look at themselves as a different political bloc than you,
They do. They always have. Yeah.
and always. And it took something like this to show you. Oh, we should rejoice and give whatever God you serve all kinds of praise for this moment.
Yeah. Because black women, when it comes to civil rights and black men fighting for it, they always say, "What's in it for me?" They always have.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, they can do it on their own and find out how much the white folks really fuck with them.
Yeah. Keisha's bank account is bankrupt right now. It's been given over to the immigrants, and that's why they don't like her. That's how come they don't like Kamala now. Okay.
Yeah,
A whole
so
bunch
now
of chicks don't like Kamala.
we love you, we need you, king bullshit. And I'm gonna be like, nah, you take your own ass over there.
And also they ran out of social credit too. They've killed their social credit score in the whole country. So nobody really cares or believes in them whatever they have to say. Everybody's tired.
Yeah, they just on their ass. They just on their ass in a way that they're not gonna be able to put that back.
They maxed out the credit card.
Yeah.
What you gonna do?
And they can just flush down the toilet blaming black men all the way down, but that's all that's gonna happen.
Hey.
I mean,
it's Jermaine's fault my credit score was a 20.
It's Jermaine's fault. It's Jermaine's fault that I sucked all them dicks in high school.
Mm-hmm.
It's Jermaine's
It is. It was Jermaine's dick I sucked in high school.
Jesus H Christ.
Yeah.
It's interesting seeing what the outlook of black women are going to be after this election, especially if Trump wins. Because if Kamala wins, they just gonna act like everything's sweet. They just gonna get shouted down, even if you just start talking shit. But if Trump wins, they just gonna be in this perpetual crash out. They are. I'm telling you, like they're not. They're gonna get up every morning and just crash out. They're gonna have, like I'm telling you, they're gonna have these random like for instance, you already seeing it with like women are leaving their husbands, talking about he ain't voting for Kamala, so I'm taking the kids. Like people are covering these videos. Like,
you're kidding.
Yeah, people are doing this. They are going to jump out the window because they are not going to be able to take that. If you're 38, by the time you get out, Trump gets out, you're gonna be 42. They're gonna spend the rest of their 30s or the rest of their 20s under a Trump administration. Let them say it. When they use fascism and dictatorship, you know what they really talking about, right? They talking about patriarchy. Like that's what they think might happen all of a sudden.
They've been afraid of they've been afraid of patriarchy for the last 200 years. Okay,
but they I don't know why they think all of a sudden that this is gonna be for real and the pendulum shift. But they gonna be, oh, that's fascism, that's evil.
You know what, Ed? Patriarchy is for pretty girls, and I had to realize this. You ever notice the bitches who complain about the patriarchy? No nigga will wipe them. I'm gonna tell you, why does it make you laugh? Because it's funny and it's true, and nobody figured that out. I'm gonna tell you why. I was at BlairCon and I was sitting next to these twins. Shut up, BGS. Okay, I got one of their numbers for both. I got one of their numbers for both their Instagrams and Facebooks.
Yeah.
So shut up. Shut up,
going.
BGS.
Keep going, Mongo.
And I'm looking to see what the rooms are for BlairCon next year. But anyway, shut up, BGS.
Yes, sir.
King size
Let
bitch.
it flow through you. Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh, trust me. I got so much toxicity in my masculinity. One drop of my blood could get a herd of fucking bull elephants. But anyway, And they were asking me, to get a man, do I have to dress like this? And of course, it was some scantily dressed chick who, in front of them, I'm looking, bitch, I'm a look. She built like a shit. She
In other
built
words,
nice.
it might, it may be, it maybe not, but it couldn't hurt.
Couldn't hurt. And I said, and I told him, I said, okay, what type of man are you looking for? What type of attention? And are you ready for that type of attention? What do you mean? Well, do you want to be fucked or do you want a man? I said,
How many drinks have I had?
Who, me?
No, talking about her.
Oh,
She
they
had
were
enough
fucked
drink.
up. No.
Yeah,
Oh, they
she
were
wanted
fucked up.
to
No.
be. She wanted to be fucked. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I told him, I said, I'm pretty sure you get a lot of attention because they live near Virginia Beach. Well, not really. I said, well, I said, I call bullshit because you just don't like with your options.
Did you tell him what time you got off?
I was off talking to him. I get off anytime I want. I'm the boss. I'm the boss. When I was running the security thing, I'm the boss. Shit. You lucky that I put my uniform on. I can make money while you motherfuckers work. I choose to work. When do you see the president? When do you see the president in military uniform?
That's true.
And so, and I told, yeah, exactly. And it's funny because when I explained this shit to them, I said, "Do you really want that attention? Because y'all doing this pole dancing shit. Yes, pole dancing can give you some great upper body strength, but at the same time, a lot of you do it because you know what that fucking energy actually promotes sexuality. So." If you had, and this is the reason why I laugh all the times about when I watch shows like Velma, because it's a show about the bitch who wishes, when you look at the Mindy show, you're going to try to make her become lesbian only because she can't get the dude she really wants.
Okay.
It's the same thing with women. If you got the guys that you really wanted and all the attention, would you complain? Well, no. Thank you. Now, does that answer your question? What are you willing to do to get the man that you want? If you're going to be a lazy bitch, then you're going to get lazy bitch results. And that's what they don't like. They really scared of. That's why I said patriarchy is for pretty girls. They don't mind the guy making the job. They don't mind it. The ugly girls complain about it because you're not getting pretty girl benefit.
Tall, athletic niggas don't hate basketball.
Oh yeah. You know, how many people hated on me? Oh, Charles, you can lift 500 pounds. Fuck that. What can that do? Your bitch.
Oh, here we go. And now y'all want this stuff. You guys jump in because you guys asked for this kind of stuff. If you don't,
yeah, y'all better jump the fuck in. I will take over.
like you and Ed.
Yep.
Ed's been nice.
He's been nice.
Being nice. Yeah.
He's being nice today. I'm proud of Ed, man. He's a good fella. Good fella. And
category 2 tonight, just a category 2.
You know, he's not a hurricane tonight. He's a tropical
Yeah,
storm.
I'm listening to these dudes. I'm listening to these dudes talk about qualified immunity. And talk about, but it'll make better cops. No, it won't. You got cops worried about getting sued every 5 seconds. You think they're gonna become better cops?
How come they don't bring cops up when they talk about qualified immunity?
I don't know.
Number one, my number rings.
Yeah.
Here's the part about. You don't mind if I explain it in the layman's terms, dumb it down for people?
Speaking of which, Charles, if need be, you don't mind if I call you every now and then to tell people, man?
So go ahead. This is the reason why a guy like BGS, AB, and Ed brings me on their show sometimes, because not just because I'm just so goddamn entertaining with my ruggedly handsome good looks and Baltimore and Mid-Atlantic charm.
Jesus Christ.
And dumbass Baltimorean jokes that go mixed in.
1, 2, and 3.
It's not. We can't be as dry as the LA dudes, but we'll try. We have to be a little bit fresher.
Yeah.
So, but this is qualified immunity, okay? Police have what's called Good faith. Good faith is, let's say I see a guy that's 6'2", 200 pounds, wearing a blue pants, blue jeans, black tennis shoes,
Okay.
black shirt,
Okay.
dark skin, and he fits the description of the suspect in a
Okay.
robbery.
Okay.
I come on the scene. I have him detained. They do a ride pass. Please make sure you do it the smart way. Like put the person in the back where the dark windows, where the tenant windows are really, really dark and they can see the person. They do this for a reason because dumbasses forget to do that. And they don't fit the description. You're supposed to write an involuntary transfer report. Make sure the person wasn't injured. Ask them if they have any complaints. Give them a 309 form. We call it that, which has this is not the report, but it has the report number, the officer's name, who's writing the report. And I actually do a courtesy and actually have the dispatcher read back the call. So when you have that, you can't come back and sue the officer because he was acting in good faith, which protects him personally from being sued because he was acting within the scope of his duty. Now, the opposite of that was what you seen in the George Floyd case. To put your knee on somebody's neck at any time, that's not exigent circumstances, meaning this guy has a gun or knife and I put my knee on his neck to subdue him or to neutralize him or eliminate the threat. You're going outside of your scope because now what you're doing is you're doing violence just for the sake of being violent instead of self-defense. Now you don't have that immunity. It's like being in, for example, in business with an LLC. You have to have layers, yes, because what's going to happen, you're not going to have better cops, you're going to have less cops. Who wants to build their career for 15 years with wife, kids, and a marriage, and you lose your house, your savings, and your pension, and possibly your kids and your wife because of some stupid, dumbass people complaining on you? And depending on the complaint, you're suspended. Oh, you're still getting a check. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Think about this. You could get somebody to lie on you and literally suspend you without pay.
Yeah.
And imagine waiting 8 months to about a year to find out for them to make sure it's a lie and you're not getting paid and your bills aren't getting paid. So you have to take a job at Walmart or some shit. Remember, let's say you are getting paid. You're sitting at a desk. Your police powers are suspended. You can't do overtime. Your gun's taken, your badge taken, your equipment's taken. That limits a person's livelihood and ability to pay bills. So that's not fun being suspended. When people try to make it, oh, you're getting a vacation. Fuck no. Who wants that level of stress to know you might have to start another career? Who wants that? So when I hear this shit about police don't need immunity, because you're mad that you got a ticket, you're going to go exacerbate a fucking story. Oh, he violated my rights. What you need to do, when they first had body cams, guess who they thought they were going to police? The police. But guess what we showed? How everybody in the citizenry acts a monkey ass.
Yep.
Why? Now you saw people shut the fuck up. Notice you don't hear shit about body cams anymore. Because a lot of people, what happened to Fannie?
Fannie Willis?
Yeah, well, she was caught on body cam. How did she act?
Was that Fannie? I don't remember Fannie being caught on body cam.
When they were pulled over.
Oh, okay.
So,
I didn't see that one.
I forgot. I gotta pull. I'll probably pull it up.
There was. I know there was another chick that was either a judge or a judge, and she got arrested for violence inside a club.
That was one, and then Fannie, when she was with a dude, and I think her daughter, if she had one, and they got pulled over. People act a stupid ass on that fucking thing.
Okay, yeah, it's gynocratic Atlanta, so.
Mm-hmm. And then what happened? Oh, why did I get arrested? Because you violated the law. So, but that's basically qualified immunity in a nutshell.
Yeah.
You're gonna have less cops because who's gonna want to protect your city? Last time I checked, your city doesn't become more peaceful and safer with less police. Never has. Not one time in history.
Okay, she came to her arrest site. Okay, her daughter got pulled over. Let's see. You got it's a short. Let's play the short. What I'm saying is, if you have questions about qualified immunity, you actually want to be fair, which I know they don't want to be. Why don't you call on a cop and see if they will work without qualified immunity?
Because they don't want to pay me the money they're supposed to. You going if you want?
I think some cops will do it for free just to clear shit up.
I would do it for free as long as you promote my business.
Yeah.
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 That's worth just as much as family, isn't it?
Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and play it a little bit.
Okay.
Nice to meet you.
So, Corporal Clark, man, pleasure.
Nice to meet you. What?
So, apparently,
Nice to meet you.
apparently her license is suspended
Nice to meet you. Okay.
for something. Doesn't tell us what for or why or where, or that's something she's going to have to call DMV and find out. Okay. Probably what happened, she had a speeding ticket, some kind of traffic infraction, never went to court, didn't take care of it. Okay. That's the best guess. So, she's gone over to Fayette County Jail, which is right in the Fayetteville Square. It's 145 Johnson Avenue. Normally, I would say a couple hours is the process. It just depends on how busy they are and like that, okay? The driving on the suspended is basically a traffic citation. She's got to have her fingerprints done and picture taken, then she can make her bond. Mom, Dad, what's it? Okay.
By the way, look who she's with.
Yes.
Just a friend. But you say he's just a friend.
Yeah. She didn't. I don't think she act the monkey behind. So.
And guess what? Here's the thing about it. Like, you're gonna arrest my daughter? Yes.
Well, yeah. Of course. If he explained it, of course she's a DA. She already knows. Okay. She's supposed to anyway.
You're supposed to.
Yeah.
Oh man. Why? You know why?
Well, yeah. She called mom. I guess to pick up the car.
Of course, because it let people pick up the car. That's actually optional.
Well, she gets a little privilege because she is there. I'm sure as soon as they saw the
most cops are gonna let you call, even if it. People talk about the Baltimore accent. Trust me, I've been around this whole country. Some of the Southern accents, Georgia, fucking Louisiana accents drive me nutty. New York accents. How is it that your bitch is telling? How does it sound like your bitch is about to hit a quick 16 bars?
For sure. There's nothing sexy about a New York accent, dog.
No.
Nothing. Unless you're from New York.
Let's pull out that dick, son. Let's not even talk about. And for all you motherfuckers from Memphis, you got to explain to me, Glorilla. Y'all got to eat that shit.
I don't know who's louder, New Yorkers or Texans.
Yo, I've had this debate too. I've had this debate with folks from the West Coast, and I sit there and say, what is more attractive, the East Coast, New York, Boston, Philly woman's accent, or the Southerner accent?
It's horrible.
And Boston's even uglier.
Southerner.
Yo, I say Southerner, but you'd be surprised how many people I hear from the West Coast are saying East Coast women accents are sexier. It blows my mind.
Yeah, tripping.
Come on, Detroit. Where you from?
Well,
because most of the black folks on the West Coast of California came from the South. So Southern accent is pretty common to them.
So I mean, everybody from California sound like fucking Ice Cube to me. So.
To you, depends. Okay, depends where their
I'm going to the store.
You feel me?
I'm going to get
when I hear a bitch. When I hear a bitch say "nigga," it's a problem.
Yeah. It could be store. It could be stow. Okay.
This
store they came from. They come to deep south.
We're going
Where
to
you
get from the
from,
candy.
homie? That Baltimore accent.
Listen, just get AL mad and you won't understand a goddamn word he says.
Yeah, that Cali accent hit, bruh.
You know you
I'm
ain't
gonna
shit.
tell you. I never claimed to be either.
From Vallejo.
Cali accent is a mixture of black and basically Valley girl or Valley boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I've never seen a problem with people.
When they code switch depends.
Talk about real player shit, homie.
Shit. Every time when I think about us fellow West Coast accent folks, I think we're speaking proper English. Everyone else is speaking with an accent. That ass.
We are basically we are because we've been taught if we actually coded to the basic standard English, we actually are speaking properly.
It's funny.
Because that's the way most news anchors speak, the way we speak.
It's funny because it's like it's funny because the way you hear Boston and Baltimore, New York,
that's
the oldest parts of the country, so that's the closest to British English in America. So when I hear a lot of shit from down south, over west, Midwest, I don't know what the fuck y'all saying in fucking Memphis. Y'all need to stop. You need to stop. Somebody needs to do a fucking cleansing of the educational system there because y'all gotta explain Glorilla and all them motherfuckers to me.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, there's always low class people everywhere. Glorilla is from Mississippi, I do believe, and she's country. So, and
she's from Memphis.
85, if you ever saw one.
Yeah, because she said I thought she said she was from Mississippi.
No, Memphis.
I won't stand to let you guys keep talking about my southern queens like that.
I mean,
I'm from North Carolina, bro.
They are who they are. Well, North Carolina's not the deep south. That's not the deep south.
North Carolina's just as horrible.
You got to go Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, maybe Georgia.
These Texan women are lucky.
Hold on. I mean, your Southern Queen Glorilla talking about how she likes sperm in her food. So.
But when she says that with an accent, it's okay.
Yeah.
Well, if I ever met her, the best part of waking up. He finished the sentence.
It's not fucking her.
All I'm saying.
Waking up.
All I'm saying is they're lucky. These Texas women are lucky I moved down here married. All I'm saying.
Oh, really? Why? You like them?
Oh, my God. Them and our Latina sisters down here? Oh, God.
You can have them.
How big are they?
Those are my relatives.
How big are they?
They come in all sizes.
You know where I'm at. DGS, you know where I'm at. That Dallas flying. You know where I'm at.
Oh, yeah.
And they show a brother love. Ooh, and then when they hear I'm Haitian too, oh, you know, for a long time growing up, real quick. For a long time growing up, I never understood what niggas' issues with our sisters here, right? Because they always gave me love, bro. They always gave me love. You know what I mean? But then I started dealing with them. I know what it was. Many of them ain't wise, but yeah.
Especially if you speak French, that'll get them every time.
Ooh, parlez-vous français? Ooh, it's over.
Yeah.
And then I hit my Latinas with the Spanish. Hablas español? Oh, your accent. Oh, it's so good. Oh, you already know, baby.
I already know.
Mm-hmm.
I keep telling guys, if you really want to game those chicks, okay?
I stole a chick from my homie like that back in college.
I got a question for you, bro. Where you from? Because I could pick apart some goddamn accents, man. And it's funny. I've been to some places where, especially down south, they make A.L. Evans sound like he's hosting Masterpiece Theater.
You ain't lying. Watch this. This is Glorilla with her accent, okay? Her country accent. Hold on. Let me.
Look at his face. That's the face you make when she speaks.
He's from country.
He's from South Georgia. He's from South Georgia.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's how bad the accent gets. Like when you make Shannon Sharp country ass.
Yeah.
Like
he was laughing. Yeah.
What you just say? What you gonna put it in?
My music.
What that is? So that's a Memphis thing.
We tend to put R's out in words that got you in the middle.
Oh, music and Cuban.
Yep. So like you feel like I'm country as hell.
Like a corn cob in our house. But it's good. I'm from rural South Georgia, so I'm like that also.
Yeah.
And I went to, like, when I first got in television, I went to classes. I went to speech pathologists, and I went to everybody trying to change. But at the end of the day, I was about to change who I am. This country slang, in which, not slang, but the countryism in which I have, this colloquial dialect, that's who I am.
Exactly.
That's who you are. That's what makes you glow. So the new album, everything, but is it everything or everything?
It's everything. No R's.
No R's.
My music.
What you just said? What you gonna put
She
in?
said no R's, bro.
But she put R's in things. She put R's. Like I went to school with a kid who put an R in milk. He said Merc. I'm like, what the, bro? What the what?
Said, you can't do that in L.A. You say Merc, they're gonna say, oh, they're gonna pull out the.
Oh
Glock.
yeah, hey. Who you with, homie? Who you with?
Who you with?
Who with, blood?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
I mean, personally with Glow, her voice, she got a little bit too much bass in there for my taste, but the rest of it, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm with it. That's what I want to wake up to in the morning. You know what I mean?
Bless you. Bless you.
Yeah,
Son.
you know,
Bless you.
we know how some
Bless
of you niggas love bitches with more tattoos than you.
Don't y'all blame Mississippi for.
Sound tacky.
Yeah, don't
She
y'all
cannot
blame.
speak with those new veneers in her mouth.
Yeah, she can't.
Listen to her before the veneers. Now listen to her after the veneers, and you're gonna want her to go back to the teeth.
It takes time. It takes time.
Look. All I need is one Texan accent and one Bama accent, and I'm set for life.
Ooh, it's horrible.
Hold on. Speaking of Texas accent, she was talking about that a while ago, and them females. You speaking of nothing but those Dallas, Texas accents, and those are the worst accents in the world. Never ever speak or listen to a female from Dallas. When I hear, it's like hearing what is it with cats clawing on chalk or something. I can't. I'd rather listen to a Houston chick, an Austin chick, or a San Antonio chick.
Well, sir.
Dallas chick.
I'm more partial to the Fort Worth side, anyways.
But you cannot hear the wang in their voice when they speak. It's that wang. I can't stand that wang. That wang is what gets me.
Ain't that the kettle calling the pot black, sir?
Let me read this real quick.
Hell no.
Let me read this real quick. It said, "Don't y'all blame Mississippi for Glorilla." And
Mississippi got its own stuff.
It rains in Spain mainly on the plain. Okay.
You gotta understand something. The sad part about this shit is when you actually speak proper and this your normal everyday vernacular. And you go down south because you can actually enunciate and pronunciate words. They look at you funny. Like, look, I grew up.
They start laughing. Yeah.
I had to tell them.
How you say that?
It's called English. Try it sometime.
Y'all Baltimore dudes put a CH in two, so I don't know what you're talking about.
CH and what?
Yeah.
Two. Chew. 1, 2, 3. Hear that?
And wait a minute. Where you from? And wait a minute. Where you from?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm from North Carolina.
Oh God, you country ass fuck. But anyway,
hey, fuck you.
You probably didn't even grow. You probably didn't even grow up with indoor plumbing. So what the fuck are you talking about? Outhouse got a Walmart. Got a Walmart 30 minutes from a fucking right next to a goddamn well, we got these fucking logs here. Everybody down there sound country as fuck. But after the age of 30 or 40, they all sound like the country. They sound
debate on this right now. I can stop the debate on this right now with one word, 3 letters. Charles, say car for me. Say car for me. C-A-R. Say car. Okay. Car. Now somebody else from somewhere else say car.
It's car.
Someone else? Yeah. Some of you know how to speak and some of you don't. But the majority of you in your point now, the worst people in the world to say car is people from Chicago. They cannot say car to say they like. They
I
cannot.
thought it was them New Yorkers.
No, no. Go. Matter of fact, next time one of y'all on the Roger Report, ask Roger to say car. He cannot say it correct.
Why does he say it? The car?
Him,
Or New Yorker? Or New Yorker?
him and Crimson Cure. But see, both of them, they roots start from Mississippi anyway. So they Mississippi descended transplants to the Midwest. So
Wait a
y'all
minute. Y'all can get them back. I'll give y'all that. But let's be honest. And when we're talking about dialect, Chicago is one of the places that has the least problems. We're not gonna go with the South and Boston and Baltimore. They got 5 U's in the word "you." We not gonna do that. Y'all not gonna go there.
We're gonna talk about the "you" thing. Number one, that's actually a misnomer, because if you go to Jersey, they have the worst "you," and it's very long. So we're gonna talk about a lot of these accents, man, because there's no fucking way that you motherfuckers pass English 1 through 4 sounding like a bunch of goddamn fucking drop cans and pans. Okay. When I'm listening to motherfuckers and motherfuckers sound like they scratching chalk on a fucking cat's asshole, that's terrible when it comes to speaking.
Terrible.
Terrible.
Every bull. Terrible.
That is from what is it? Alabama. Okay. That's
Baltimore.
Terrible.
ABGS is terrible. TURRIBLE.
I'm just making you feel at home.
Terrible like gerbil.
No, there's only one R in terrible. Okay.
I know.
Don't tell Charles Barkley.
Yeah, he knows it. It's only one. He said, "Hey, is that Ernie? Is that you R in terrible?"
Hey, I will say though, right? So one of my childhood friends, I'm from Joliet, Illinois. I'm 20 minutes outside of Chicago, but his family are from Chicago, the city, right? Yeah. And when I was young, he used to say they'd be like car, and then I heard his mom say car, and I was like, are they saying car? Why do they say car like that?
Frankly, I hate all the circus, all the madness going on, bringing up
What is this?
I wanted to make this video.
Oh, this is what's her name?
Joe's is funny as hell.
The reason why you hear people from Chicago pronounce "ka," because they all sound like pimps. That's why. God damn. Sound like a bunch of goddamn pimps and shit.
I mean, there are a lot of pimps in Chicago.
But
it sounds like Boston. I'm thinking that somewhere, somehow that's got to come from Boston. Because
the Boston, the flat A. That flat A is the worst.
Yeah,
it is the bane on the English language. Oh my god.
We got to go to the car. Come on, we got to go to the car.
But here's the thing, though. It's only like that with car in Chicago. They don't say park like that.
Park.
They don't say park or anything else like that. It's only car. I don't know why. I don't know what it is.
We gotta go get the chowder.
No, they gotta go get the car.
They drop their R's too, like pop.
Yeah,
they don't say R.
The A is all flat, and it's a flat A, no R.
No R. Yeah,
it's so bad.
That's it. That's in Boston. That's not in Chicago.
No, yeah, we're talking about Boston.
Yeah. In Boston, they drop for whatever reason though they do that. What I'm saying though is that they say car in Chicago. They drop the R off of car, but they don't drop it off of anything else. You talk to them, they'll say parked right. They say start right. Anything else right. For whatever reason, car. I don't know what it is. It's just something about that word. I don't know, man.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Distro, you're from Flint, Michigan. Oh God, man. You going to sit there and try to talk about Baltimoreans when you got goddamn Clarissa Shields, fucking up the English language like she be bitches in the ring.
She got punched in the head a bunch, so she get a pass.
They can't pronounce clean water.
Oh Jesus! Oh no!
I swear to
Oh
God,
no!
I swear to
Oh
God,
no! Yo, get him out of here!
Yeah,
Yo,
let me read us up a couple chats real quick.
The water so better with it. They're bulletproof.
Aaron earned his iron. Okay.
Earn. Yeah, it's
Earn.
the Aaron earned the iron urn. Come on, Charles, you got it.
Yeah.
Is it earn or earn?
We can. No, we don't say that. At least the proper speaking folks. Because earn and Aaron, there's two different words.
Okay.
And earn, you can actually pronounce that correctly.
Okay.
Come on. So try something else.
Okay. In college, I took an effective speaking class that helped me speak standard Midwestern English. Okay.
So in other words, even more fucked up than the fucked up. But anyway.
He's from Mississippi. He had to do something. Huh?
Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
he needed that class.
God damn. Y'all make up your own fucking words, man.
Midwest.
I had to relearn how to talk black.
Shit, what do y'all?
Had to learn it. Okay.
Hey,
where'd you go to school at? You sound white.
Ain't shit.
No, you gonna take that. You've been in Cali since '98, nigga. Get that accent.
I had to relearn it. Okay. My
Hey,
folks
boss,
from Texas,
talking about
Louisiana.
Distro in the chat. I said, nigga, you gonna have to eat that fucking flip Michigan voice. God damn it.
Officer of the goddamn law.
I know how you
Officer of the
mastered that
goddamn
ghetto
law.
shit.
What do you think about that Louisiana accent?
I can't. Oh God, Jesus Christ.
Oh, Louisiana accent is the shittiest of them all because them niggas just speak along with
they slide everything.
Is it northern or southern? Is it northern
It's
or
so
southern?
bad.
Oh my God.
I mean
It
both.
is
And in Southern, I'm specifically speaking about that Creole shit.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm
It
saying?
is tough. It is tough because you got a whole fucking city or area of Gambit sounding motherfuckers.
Yeah, they do sound like Gambit. Yeah, they do.
That's crazy. I low key like it. That's crazy. I low key like it. There's something wrong with me.
It is something wrong. Well, because you're Haitians. That's close to.
Yeah, maybe it's a hate.
It's the Creole.
It's Creole.
He like the Creole. Yeah, he like the Creole.
A whole fucking bunch of Gambit. Well, then
They will never say baby right. They never say baby. They draw ass.
No. What you talking? It's baby.
It's baby. Yeah, baby.
Baby. It's my baby right now.
Baby. Don't say baby. Is it baby?
You know what I'm saying?
It's my baby right there, huh?
Maybe it's because I'm a damn heathen. That's what it is. I'm a damn heathen.
You know what's sad?
Nah, you Haitian. It's the same thing though.
Everybody talks like juvenile.
You know what's sad?
Don't eat my cat though.
When I hear, no, please don't eat my cat. They be like, you got the Kentucky Fried Cat.
I got filled up of that goose at Roadhouse. Okay.
Oh God.
Oh God. God damn. Y'all go to a park. You think it's hibachi grill. Goddamn motherfuckers. But anyway,
no, it's a buffet. It's a buffet.
That's what hibachi grill is. That Asian buffet and shit. And it's funny as hell because every time I hear somebody says baby from Louisiana, I'm always going back into that Tom and Jerry. Is you is or is you ain't my baby?
My baby.
God damn it, you're gonna make me spit out my rum. God damn you.
You ain't my baby. Like, God damn, like
they say what's that?
And it's funny, right? Because it was a guy who was like Creole who was up in he drove from Louisiana to Colorado. I said, how much ammo did you carry with you? He's like, how you know, nigga, you're a Marine from infantry. Shut the fuck up. He's like, yeah, I carried a lot. Thank you for being truthful. He's like half black and white. And I'm like, God damn. There's sometimes he would speak, and then there's other times he would just be real relaxed. I was like, you Gambit speaking motherfucker.
Hey man, Baton Rouge.
No, Baton Rouge.
Yeah, Baton. Yeah, Baton Rouge.
Hey, that Creole accent go real nice with females though, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You know it hits, brother. You know it hits.
Oh no!
You know it hits.
But she gonna choke your ass in your sleep though.
I got an ex-girlfriend that had that accent, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. It did something for me.
Did it?
It hits.
Hell yes.
Clearly.
It might have turned you on, but that shit is annoying
It's
as hell
annoying.
to a
Yeah,
person.
it's annoying to me.
It's
Yeah.
annoying.
Now she wasn't. She didn't. She
Oh,
didn't sound
man.
like she was fucking. Born around the swamp or nothing like that. She's from New Orleans, but hey,
Even
that
worse.
accent. That accent
What are you
worked.
talking about?
That
Where in New Orleans?
Hey,
She from
hey,
Chicago?
hey, the Chicago,
Treme?
for somebody from Chicago, I guess it would.
Oh my God!
Ain't nothing
that's
more
what you
sad.
think, Gator.
Oh
Ain't
my
nothing
God.
more sad than hearing
You know
Southerners
how do
not
you
appreciate that Southern tongue.
you know
Yellified.
how do you turn on a Chicago nigga for a woman?
Yeah.
All she got to do is rob him, and he's turned on.
That's why I
all you
got.
got to do.
That's
Oh,
what.
this shit right
That's
here.
how I fuck with Jesse. They said they call him by how his folks call him Jesse.
Jesse?
Jesse.
He liked them dangerous ones. That's what he liked.
What you
He
doing
liked
that
them
for?
dangerous.
Jesse, go get Tommy. Go get Tommy for me.
Yes.
The one Southern accent I won't vouch for
Oh yeah,
is them
I
Southern
gotta
hicks
talk
from
more.
Florida.
I gotta talk more shit. Forever blessed. Where you from? Because oh my God, because if I hear somebody, when I first hear some people online, and I'll be like, what the fuck? You know, some of you motherfuckers need subtitles. God damn.
You ain't lying,
Like, you
dude.
motherfuckers need to bounce a ball from Sesame Street to figure out what the fuck you just pronounced.
But the
That's what
worst,
makes it fun.
the worst accents I've heard is accents outside of London, man. That you can't understand them.
Oh, you
Oh
talking about that?
Ever hear
You
Adele
talking about
talking
that?
her native
Like a
tongue?
Geordie accent. That's the one.
God
The
damn,
Geordie
Oh,
accent
Yeah.
from
you talking about that chugmy?
terrible.
You talking about that chugmy English shit?
No,
oh
Y'all,
I'm
man,
talking. Yeah, I'm talking about
horrible.
the Geordie one.
Yeah,
This one of them Spice Girls that is from there.
yeah.
She has a Geordie accent. Bruh, it's the worst. It
because
is
they
Yeah,
open up their
that
ridiculous.
Southern English.
whole
Yeah.
fucking mouth. You know why? Because they open up their whole fucking mouth to like cartoon
They,
proportions
they,
to fucking
They
pronounce
shoot it.
one
They
word.
speak with their teeth.
I'd rather deal with that. I'd rather deal with
no,
that than the
you wouldn't.
Jamaican
No,
accent
no,
you gave
no.
me.
No,
I
no,
cannot stand anyone who speaks
no.
Jamaican.
I mean,
What the fuck are you speaking?
uh,
I don't understand a word that comes out of a
well,
Jamaican's mouth
well,
or a Haitian. I don't.
it's because they're doing patois. They're not speaking English. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for explaining it because I'm sitting here. I
It's
look at them so dumbfounded.
it's just like it's Haitian speaking in Creole. Okay. It's a different language. There's English mixed in, but it's a different language.
Oh yeah,
Hey, look, I
Yeah.
watched a
Yeah.
video
We
one
can.
time of a dude from Atlanta, and I didn't understand a goddamn thing he said.
Mm,
And I'm
Yeah.
not exaggerating. I was listening to the dude because whatever he was talking about, street dude, whatever he's
mm.
talking about, he was really into the shit. And I was just sitting, look, I was like, what the fuck is he saying?
I'll
He
say
got partners.
I'll
Partner
say
now.
this: when I came for the vacation for 2 weeks because my ex she was going to Spelman, and I went to go to McDonald's, and they were like, I'm like, excuse me, I don't mean to be rude. I don't know what the hell you just said to me. He's like, where you from there, Paul?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me. Can somebody translate? Like, oh no,
He about to
Wait,
visit his partners in the apartments.
And I'm like, oh, where you from? I'm from Baltimore, not
He was.
Baltimore, not Baltimore, Baltimore.
oh, you put the T in it.
Ooh, he had to zhuzh it up for them
Yeah, you had to
boys.
put a T in it. Okay.
Real proper
Like
like.
people look at me and be like, "Where are you from?" I'm from Baltimore. Even my wrestlers, well, you don't sound like it. You see that place that's above us? It's called a school. Try it
Charles,
sometime.
Charles, you better be careful before they put them paws on you.
Yeah.
Put some paws on me,
Put them
nigga.
paws on you.
I will mount you on the fucking wall. Put some paws on you, man.
I'll
You're
stomp
like,
you into the
what's
mud
Philly?
hole. Stomp you in the mud hole, man.
When you stomp you in the mud and walk it dry. Walk that motherfucker dry. And it's funny because if you hear my father, he's more of I guess it's more of a countryer accent of a Baltimorean because his parents are from Virginia. My mother's parents are from, of course, North Carolina. So
So what you talking about? You talking shit about North Carolina?
I could talk a lot of shit about North Carolina.
So
Certain
effective.
counties, I can't fuck a bitch in North Carolina because I'm probably related to them.
Hold on. Effective speaking 101 say these words: ask, axe, mint, pen, and library.
Library.
See, look at you. You just messed it up. Library. Everybody, your library.
Everybody says library.
People say library. Everybody say library.
90%, 95% people say library or library.
Hold on. I got you. I got all of y'all.
Even white people say library.
This is the Achilles heel for all black people. Say ambulance.
Ambulance.
Yeah, it's ambulance.
No, it's ambulance. Okay.
Yeah, ambulance.
Okay. He can't even hear it.
Now, here's the question.
It's not ambulance. It's ambulance.
Here's one.
Mm-hmm.
Is it advertisement or advertisement?
No, we're not doing that British shit.
It depends.
Aluminium or aluminum? Which one?
Yeah.
Aluminium.
Aluminium.
Aluminium. That's actually funny. Is it sidewalk or is it pavement?
Both.
Yes.
So it's funny. It's funny because depending on your age group, you would say advertisement. Because people who are younger are going to say advertisement.
It depends on where you're from, what locality it is, and how you actually break up the words.
And it also depends on how old your English teacher was.
but the thing is that they say advertisement. Okay, you can actually shorten it up. Advertisement is closer to the old English.
The old English.
Yeah.
It's funny because when I went to meet my friends at Lake Clifton, man, they thought I was from Britain or some shit. I'm like,
I guess they would. He put the T in Baltimore. I guess they did.
Because I'm just like, there was always Baltimore to me. So,
a refrigerator? Oh yes, yeah. Everybody.
You drink tea with that, Charles?
Huh?
You drink tea with that, Baltimore?
Yes, I drink tea.
Who says figurator? I never heard anybody say figurator.
Refrigerator. People say refrigerator. People say don't put the R-E. A lot of people don't put the R-E in.
And a lot of people adopted that and shortened it to fridge. That's where fridge comes from.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Like, God damn. Oh boy, they say that America is a melting pot. It's more like
the whole world.
It's more like an explosion. It's more like an explosion. Anytime you got South fucking Korean singing gospel, I know the world's something else.
Oh man, if you ever want to see people pronounce English that you never heard of, right? Listen to Kenyan women pronounce English.
Boy, that thing is rough.
The funniest shit.
It was one time I was talking to this chick. She said burn. She want to say the word burn, right? It's bun. You know, so it's not bun. Burn.
I think the funniest shit is that there's Indian people in India who can actually speak better English than British.
Oh God! Don't talk about Indians.
There's some.
Oh,
don't talk about Indians. They get under my skin, and I'm married to one.
He's triggered now.
If they're brought up in a British school, they can.
Dead ass. Okay. Oh man, I could tell a New Yorker when they get serious about a conversation. How serious is it? Dead ass. Oh God, that means that motherfucker's real serious. God damn, this bitch fine as fuck. Damn.
Where you at?
I'm looking at this dating app. This chick hit me up.
Oh, okay. All right.
The titties on this bitch.
Telegram for Mongo.
I mean, hey.
Candy gram for Mongo.
You hear me? Hey, they have a theme song. I have a theme song. She thinks I'm cute. She knows I'm sexy. I got the looks. That drive good girl. Wow. Oh man, I love that song back in the day.
What song? Who sung that one?
Oh, that's the Shawn Michaels theme from the WWF.
Oh, okay, all right. That's why I never heard it. Okay.
Oh yeah, you got to be a pro wrestling fan. And trust me, people in the chat got it already.
I'm outside of my era.
Of course. You know, I'll sing the theme song of the Fall Guy or something for you.
I haven't heard that in a long time. I probably wouldn't even remember
jump
it.
from an open tall bridge. That used to be my shit. Oh my god. It's funny because my father back in the day scared me with the Lou Ferrigno live action Incredible Hulk. He used to scare the shit out of me when I was 3.
Okay.
And I actually met him in real life in Baltimore, so at the Comic-Con.
Big dude.
He's massive.
I have nice size arms. My arms are his bicep. Nicest motherfucker though.
He is.
Nicest motherfucker. And I asked him, I said,
and reads lips well because he's deaf.
oh yeah, he's deaf to the motherfucker. And it's funny because we were having a whole conversation and it was like, of course you have to stand right in front of him.
Yeah.
Because he has to read your lips. But you know, he had his hearing aids, but nice as hell, and had a picture with him.
Yeah.
He was actually, you got a good physique, man. I'm trying.
He giving you a compliment, man, from one of the masters.
No, did he? No, did he?
No, he's a
did he?
bodybuilder. It's different. He's a
No,
bodybuilder.
He's a bodybuilder. Yeah,
Nah,
he's a
nigga,
bodybuilder.
still no
Bodybuilders,
did
yeah,
he.
they do that very different.
No, that's
Yeah.
No, it's a different
Still no
world,
Diddy,
bro.
nigga.
I'm in those.
Still no Diddy.
I'm in that world, bro. You can't no Diddy that, bro.
Yeah.
He said
Nah, you can,
got-
nigga. You still can, nigga. Nah, no Diddy.
no, that's
No
not a no Diddy. If a guy's a former Mr. Universe gives you a compliment on your arms or something, no, fuck that. If it's Lou Ferrigno,
But this is a community that's mostly naked with oil all over them. I don't know, man. You might have to no Diddy that just to be safe.
No Diddy,
the oil.
No
The
Diddy.
reason why you put the oil in the tan because it makes the muscles pop.
Yeah, it makes it more
makes
fine.
Hey, look, I fully understand that. Trust me, I fully understand that. But then there's the baby oil. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
looking at
Porn dudes too. So.
I mean, here's the part. Hey, we never judged you for being a stunt double in gay porn, so don't judge bodybuilders.
Oh, that's crazy.
You're going to hell.
We got 20 minutes, guys.
I can't go to hell.
Crazy.
I can't go to hell. I live in Baltimore.
Baltimore Hill is a local call.
Hey, so is Compass.
Hell is a vacation from Baltimore.
A bunch of men admiring the physiques of other men. That's hella sus.
No. We just teasing. We just teasing. Yeah, it's common.
Yeah, as
We just tease.
Creole lingo can be confusing for a lot of people in the U.S. Most aren't familiar with Spanish. Not a lot of Americans speak French. It's not really needed to learn. That's true. Americans are pretty much monolinguistic. So
yeah, we're pretty.
That's changing though, pretty rapidly.
You gotta think, right? I want you to think about this for people who haven't noticed this. The United States technically can be its own continent. Okay, we're not talking about Mexico and Canada included.
Mm-hmm.
We call them states. Back in the day, it would have been city-states, okay, or countries.
Mm-hmm.
So think about it. We have 50 little countries and one that builds up one.
A state is a country. The original states were individual countries.
They're individual countries. That's why we came up with the states' rights thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was thousands of years old because why do you think you have a governor? A governor was usually in charge of what? A commonwealth or another country.
Right.
So when you think about it, that's why the culture, DC and Baltimore about what, 45 miles away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The culture musically from DC to Baltimore,
different.
DC, Baltimore, Virginia, they kind of dress, even when we dressed, especially when I was in high school, and I always joke to my DC boys, y'all niggas wore slouch socks.
Who?
Slouch socks. You know, the old aerobic socks that you used to see in the 80s.
Okay, all right.
Slouch socks.
Okay.
So, you know, just like we had to take our L with the big ass white tees in the early 2000s.
We don't talk about that. We don't
We
talk
don't
about
talk
that.
about that. We don't talk about. But
No.
then again, that's been around the country, so we don't talk about those days.
Yeah, no.
We burn
Never
them. We
happened.
burn those
We
pictures.
burned it for sure.
Yeah. Now you also have to
Nah,
look
fuck
at.
all that. I grew up watching y'all do that. No, fuck all that.
But how old are you?
31.
But aren't you the ones who wear the jeans skinnier than the bitches?
Nah, not me. No, not me.
But your group.
But you got to
Hey,
realize
we don't
this.
talk about Bruno.
But you got to realize this, right? The music. Well, we had club music, which Jersey stole their club music from us. They'll tell you. DC has go-go, and that's only
Yeah.
45 miles away. So you can imagine when you go to DC and Baltimore.
What's the difference between go-go and
Go-go club music is like an evolution of house because house and club is mixed.
Okay.
It's techno, but with soul.
Okay.
Go-go is more that it really does sound like pots and pans. When you hear it, because
It's sardines.
and pork and beans, you know,
Yeah.
Because that's like the Africana music we used to play in Leimert Park in the 70s. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's coming from there because
War actually made that popular. War actually made that popular.
So you have that culture, but if you go to fucking, what was it? Like a lot of the music they played in the South, like in the 2000s, you know, in the 2000s when you heard Little John, they've been playing that shit for how many? Let's not even go back to the early 90s with Luke in Florida and fucking. So the culture is so funny, and this is just black culture. We didn't even include white people. This is just black culture regionally.
I remember growing up too. Everybody getting drunk, and everybody getting drunk in this dish. You know what I'm saying? Like,
everybody in the club getting tipsy.
Type shit. Like that's what I remember growing up.
That goes all the way back to the 40s, man, in the juke joints. Okay.
And it's actually funny. It's actually funny when people find out about my friends, and some of the wrestlers, they be like, "Oh, you used to go out like that?" Yeah, we have lives.
I remember.
You don't seem like the kind of person to go out. I said, "You're not supposed to put your business out there. That's the difference between my generation and yours. That's why we can get jobs."
Charles, I remember when all the kids would get kicked off the dance floor when that R. Kelly started playing.
Man, that was the time you got a bitch.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
Ignition, come on, boy. If you don't got nothing, you ain't getting nothing.
Yeah,
send the kids away. Send the kids away. Y'all go upstairs.
Man. You supposed to be at the corner grabbing something. I mean, goddamn, it was one chick. She had an ass so goddamn fat that you had to drive a Cadillac for that motherfucker, boy. God,
the thing is when Back That Ass Up came on, boy, the club got unruly. To this day, when they come on, I'm like, I gotta take a few deep breaths and calm myself down because I'm not that man no more.
You had this, like it's like with club music, man, because they have certain clubs. I mean, it's the most vulgar, rhythmic shit you could ever listen to.
Oh yeah.
And they have that one song, as we call the Negro Spirituals. Me and my boy Eric called club music the Negro Spirituals. Throw that pussy up on his ass came on. I don't give a fuck. What? I don't care what fucking type of girl. She could come straight out of Bethel AME. Whatever church. She could be straight Baptist. She could be Catholic. She could be straight into Catholicism. Oh, that song come on. She's losing all religion and all sense.
I'm saying the worst section in hell is to grow up watching the late 90s, the early 2000s, and missing out on it because you were a fucking kid. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you guys went hard back then. That's all I'm saying.
Our style of music actually comes from us. You got to think about it. A lot of the house shit.
Damn it, Charles, you a millennial. Quit playing with me.
You were what?
I'm a millennial, sir.
Yeah.
A younger one?
93.
Oh, you don't.
Oh
Count.
yeah.
Last
me and Gabar,
The last
the
crew.
same age.
You can't have
I'm
don't
saying.
count. You don't
Gen
count.
X is
Damn
already
right.
adopted. You can't have.
We had to
I remember,
come in and lead these Z's. You know what I'm saying? We had to show them how to go down. You know what I'm saying?
bro, I remember listening to Chopper Style at my prom back in high school. Chopper Style back in 2011, boy.
Oh, Chopper Style. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Shit.
Right out of Inglewood, Chopper Style. Yeah.
When we was hitting the dance floor, it was what was it? Middle school and high school. We was pop, lock, and drop it. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
that's what we was coming into. You know what I mean? Shit.
The second wave of pop, lock, and drop it. Yeah.
Yeah, we tried.
So on my club hopping days, you know you were having fun if the walls were sweating.
Oh yeah.
That's how you knew.
Boy.
You look you look like an Olympic athlete.
From the windows to the wall, huh?
To the windows to the goddamn
Sweat drop
wall.
down my.
Oh my god!
Only facts.
Oh boy.
If the club wasn't sweating, if it was not foggy in that bitch,
if it was not funky enough,
try to tell a Kenyan woman what skeet means.
Have to have a damn dissertation.
What is skeet? What is skeet? What is skeet? I
See,
fell
that's
out. That's
the reason
my
why
chair.
niggas like you are the reason why I can't be in none of the Black Panther fucking films. What happened to my king?
He skeet.
What is this skeet? Come here, Your Highness. I will tell you the skeet.
Oh my god!
All skeet, motherfucker. Imagine.
Well, I told her, she said, "Oh."
Yeah, I would have been like, depending on how she looked, come here so I can show you.
Oh my god!
Ultimate truck driver song. Move, bitch. Get out the way.
Oh.
Boy, I used to bang it. I'm talking about up and down the highway.
Oh my goodness! It's like
wait till that Laffy Taffy hit.
Whoo. Yes, sir.
Yeah. What about them 2 Chainz?
Don't drop that dun-da-dun.
That Air Force One.
Don't drop that dun-da-dun. Hey. That was my jam.
I'm just like, oh my god.
That was, when I was in, that was
song.
Oh man. No, that was Rick Ross's like heyday, like the late 2000s. Yeah, late 2000s, early 2010s. Rick Ross was heavy back then.
So that was
Maybach music.
Yeah, that was like Everything's Good in Marcy's world.
Bruh.
You know, there are certain songs you could not play in the 90s or the 2000s. And 90% of those songs were from 3 6 Mafia. So
dead ass.
I'm like, I bet you cannot play. I bet you won't. No. You will not have a club after that shit. Not in Baltimore. No.
Play nothing if you book if you feel like it.
All right, 10-minute
I miss
mark.
the old school young. I miss the old school young jock. You know what I'm saying? I know you see it.
I know you see it.
My God.
Oh my goodness. Oh, certain songs you like. What was the one from Rick Ross? Pop It. Oh God, I remember them. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So if you didn't want an establishment, you played a Nuck If You Buck. If you didn't want an establishment after that.
You played. If you didn't want an establishment and you wanted that shit to be down to rubble, you played Hit a Motherfucker.
No, Ride for My Niggas.
Or you played Turn the Club Up.
Bam bam ba-dum bam bam ba-dum bam 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 ba-dum bam bam ba-dum bam dun 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 dun. Oh yeah, all the dudes in the club is just going unruly.
Oh, you there are certain shit that just it was okay. You know, there were certain songs when you punched the motherfucker and they were like, thank you.
I got this vague memory of a song where these bitches are singing I ain't got no panties on. I ain't got no or something like that.
I remember that, yeah. I remember that.
Boy, and it's just it's been ingrained somewhere deep in a dark hole in my mind, in my subconscious, but I know that song exists.
A Nasty Song, for some reason, Nasty Song comes to my mind like vividly. We're talking about one of the first like really ratchet songs.
Yeah, because your dick gets hard. That's why.
Boy, I was like, what are they doing? Because it was the first time I seen like a slow twerk. I was like, yes, sir. Play that song again. Play it again, ref. Play it again.
All right,
to
man.
this day.
All right. Closing thoughts, folks. We're about to wind it down. I hope you guys had a good time. So Waka Flocka had people throwing hands.
Oh, for sure. Oh, yeah.
Throwing hands.
Big, yeah. Bows.
I'll say, BGS, thanks for having me up. Gentlemen, it's always been a pleasure. Respect and protect our queens, especially our Empress Kamala. Make sure you guys go out and vote for her. You know, she's gonna keep us safe in her bosom. So, with that being said, thank you guys.
We trust, and Auntie we trust. Okay.
Auntie we trust.
And Auntie we trust, Lord, and TT.
You better You better thank a club goer. Man, y'all gonna hear me say some ratchet shit. It's funny when I have people from. I'm playing fucking Call of Duty Black Ops or Black Ops. I can't tell the difference. Part 6, and it was so funny because this one dude tried to say something to me. He like, I can smell your breath through the mic. I said, no, what you smell is your mother's left titty milk.
Ooh.
He was like, why are you going to say that? That's childish. Man, no, she got that grown man dick head, so it wasn't childish. That's what she got. And it was a white boy. He shut the fuck up after that.
Whoa, wait a minute. I wasn't ready for this.
I said, that's so childish. I said, no, what she said was childish. I said, I'm not going to be insulted by no Dorito asshole smelling motherfucker, okay? So shut the fuck up and play the game.
This is another level. Let me bow out gracefully.
Oh, man, that was too fun. I'm going to do a bunch of... Me and Josh are probably going to do a bunch of fucking gameplays doing fucking shit.
So I always Call of Duty 6. I haven't played Call of Duty in years.
It's cool, but I like it. It takes an adjustment to every Call of Duty because there's slight changes to the adjustments to the targeting because you can literally be shooting a motherfucker in the head or the shoulder, and you're like, okay, this nigga ain't dead, but I'm dead. What the fuck?
No, yeah, forgot to adapt for the win.
Yeah, you gotta spit to the wind. Put the thumb up in
turn the
the
aim assist on.
In other words, he turned his head.
Yeah, turned his head. He turned his head. You know what? When Trump wins, can he walk out to the celebration to many men?
He's gonna have to.
Has 50 Cent gave him the permission to actually do it?
I think 50 would let him.
50 would definitely do it.
Okay, all right, we'll see.
I think 50 would.
I think he would rubble in it.
He's turned
the
it down
ultimate
twice.
troll.
Yeah, he's turned it
the
down
ultimate
twice.
troll.
Yeah,
come on. He might.
All right. I
want to say.
Go ahead.
I just want to say I appreciate you for having me up.
Hold on, Charles. Go ahead.
I just want to say thank you for having me up there, up here, BGS. Appreciate it, Charles.
Yeah, y'all turned it into a party, man. Y'all had to like.
Hey, you know.
Yeah, you know. Funk it up.
Hey,
I said I have no idea what the fuck they talking about, so I'm just let them run.
had to take it back a little bit. Yeah,
not far enough, but
you gotta take BGS back.
You want to go back?
You gotta play some. You get to take BGS back. You gotta play some loot.
Hey, what we got to play? What we got to talk about? We got to play Luther Vandross. Some Diana Ross and
I
Supremes.
go all the way back to with James Brown. James Brown and Sly & Stone. So I used to. My kids used to listen to it. So some of the stuff I do know. But the thing is, when it gets past like 2010, it gets kind of murky.
So you a James Brown guy?
I mean, when I was a little kid, everybody was James Brown guy, but I actually morphed into something else, like to Michael Jackson when he actually came out. So.
Okay.
And the Jackson 5, yeah.
So Michael Jackson over Prince?
Yeah, all day long, yeah.
Okay.
Prince was, if you want to get with the girls, Prince was cool. But Prince, I started to like Prince during after Purple Rain.
Yeah, I feel you. Not a Raspberry Beret fan?
Yeah, not really.
Yeah, I feel you. I didn't think so.
I like it. I like MPG. His MPG stuff. So.
I got you. Yeah, Purple Rain was it.
Yeah, Purple Rain. That's when I really started liking Prince. Purple Rain, and then 1999.
When Doves Cries My Jam. I like that song too. I Wanna Be a Lover.
But the thing is, get on a motorcycle and play Let's Go Crazy.
Oh boy! Oh, you had him shook, didn't you? Boy, BTS was killing him, boy.
You bump Let's Go Crazy on a motorcycle doing about 80.
Oh my goodness, you was killing him. She had no shot. She's like, I ain't gonna give him none tonight. Let's Go Crazy, shit. Yes, I am. Yeah. Damn, boy. That's crazy. Yeah, no. I appreciate it for just having me up here and being able to talk about music and everything. Like, that's my jam. I love music, so being able to kind of pontificate on this particular project is great for me. Thank you for having me up here. I appreciate you.
All right.
Y'all gentlemen have a great night.
All right. Who's next? Anybody? Got about a minute. Anybody? Anyone?
Big bitty hoes. Big bitty hoes.
Yeah. All right. All right, folks. Let me go ahead and what is it? Where's my baby at? She going to announce it.
Good evening. Your time now is 10:52. I'm Jeanette Reyes. We told you at 7:52. I don't want to hold you. We told you at 8:52. Don't let me keep you. This just into our newsroom. You are not obligated to go to your place of residence as your final destination, but it certainly cannot be here.
All right, folks. We out.
Музыка Денис Шибер.